You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
Hey everyone, it is the center of attention, Brittany Brooks, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Come on over, Simply. I'm being see, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay.
Sabu's just sabotaging you.
Yeah. He sure did.
Hijack,
yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
Shout out to Simply Reliable Studios making their Symphony debut, sponsoring this match and the entire Dragon Kai demonstration.
Heyo, this is Jack Cartwheel. You are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Noah. I believe in Datula.
The Meltzer of the multiverse. Who the fuck wants to compare themselves to another? How much of a mark do you have to be? You couldn't even pick a professional athlete. You went with a fucking journalist? Grow up, man.
We just want to say thank you to Simply Reliable Studios for voting us as Tag Team of the Year.
Of course.
Because you know what they say, right? If you can't swim,
you're bound to drown.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
Get it? Got it.
It's Wednesday! You know what that means? The Simple Studios is live once again here, bringing you another special live watching event for the Fall from Redemption. We bring you tonight, Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite from Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. And welcome in once again, everybody, to the Simple Reliable Studios and to our live watch on events. Hello, everybody, and welcome back in here once again to the Simple Reliable Studios. You know what this is. For I am the Simple Man, the Simple Brand, the voice of wrestling, great for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noel Foster. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, or PayPal of passions. It's as simple as that. We got a stacked night of action and fallout ahead here on Dynamite. We will, of course, hear from our AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, regarding the actions towards Will Ospreay. Now we know it is him versus Will Ospreay at All In. We also will have Willow Nightingale celebrating as the brand new AEW Women's World Champion, as of course Mercedes Moné awaits for her in Wembley Stadium. The rubber of these two women that have defined each other's all-elite career. In trios, as the conglomeration continues to be defending champions, now looking to take down the Demand, who looks to demand this division. AEW Trios titles are on the line just 24 hours later from Sunday, actually, where they were last defended. The It Girl is now the girl of TBS, Maya World, who won this on her birthday, will defend this championship against the goddess of the underworld and the CMLL Women's World Champion, Persephone. Let's see if Persephone becomes a double champ, or does Maya World continue to show why she is not just the It Girl, but TBS's girl. We also have John Moxley defend the AEW Continental Championship against Commander, what's sure to be a high-flying spectacle. How you'll know. As we, of course, have the Don Callis families, Kyle Fletcher, Protostar, AEW International Champion, alongside Brian Cage and Jake Jones. We got a capacity sold out Masonic Temple. Man, I wish I was there live. Taking on Speedball Mike Bailey and Brodito. Of course, Speedball will be taking on Kyle Fletcher for this title at Grand Slam Mexico. Andrade Igalo, now the brand new AEW National Champion, will get right to work in a triple threat match for his title against Jungle Jack Perry and the prodigy Nick Wayne. How you'll know? That's how I know. His first defense tonight. And we will also hear a sit-down interview with the remarkable Renee Paquette, the Young Bucks, Cage and Co. preparing for their first time ever generational tag team encounter for the AEW Tag Team Championships at Wembley Stadium. That and so much more tonight as we bring you in officially to AEW Dynamite. Let's freaking go. And before it actually gets underway, I want to give a shout out to, of course, people behind the scenes that make this all possible. Not just you folks that follow us in some of the studios, but of course, producer man, the regular wrestling JJ Williams, who is right now riding shotgun with me tonight, taking care of all the buttons. And I'm not going to push another button until the next match comes up. as we get ready for everything that's ahead, as they just run down the card like I do with you all tonight. Again, stay tuned here with the Survival Studios. We'll have other announcements regarding other upcoming events that we have this week. Watch-alongs, interviews, cinema predicting, and so much more, and an updated watch-along trailer for you all to stay tuned for what's ahead and what we will cover for you here. Looking to be your reliable outlook on all things professional wrestling. But for now, tonight belongs to AEW Dynamite, and will we add more to the arsenal of this incredible roster where the best wrestle? We'll find out here soon enough as AEW is underway and Excalibur, Torch Giovanni, and Taz are there at ringside as we look back at the fall of what was a remarkable redemption in a number of ways, including, of course, shockers, including, of course, Kenny Omega dropping the Will Ospreay after he saved him unawareingly from a suffocation. It was Will Ospreay whose actions last night showed truly what he wanted to ride or die with, and he wanted to ride or die on his own morals, as Jon Moxley wanted Will Ospreay to pull the trigger, but he didn't. And of course, I'm never alone. There's always people to annoy me here and at half speed of a brain. So please welcome one half the Canadian connection from Canada to America across the Mackinac Bridge, Mr. Avatar Man. Shout out to the missus. Nick Ferrante, the king of food. Nick, how are you?
I'm good. I just literally came on to let you know I will be with you in just a moment. I'm just doing something, getting stuff ready. So I will be back in just a sec, okay?
That's fine.
All right. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. Looks like Jon Moxley was apoplectic regarding Will Ospreay's actions here. Get a little bit of a backstage exclusive post-show. Oof. And, of course, one Canadian sometimes isn't enough. Also joining the fray, she's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. And the primary reason we're doing the Fallout. Ash, really got you, boss. How are you this evening?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Good deals. Of course, we look back at the actions of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay following the AEW World Championship main event, and clearly Jon Moxley was apoplectic. But still wanting Will Ospreay to get Kenny Omega before he gets in. But as I said, Ash, Kenny Omega was the first to pull the trigger with a one-winged angel in the middle of the ring. A proverbial "I told you so," I feel like, from Jon Moxley.
Ospreay's so getting bagged at all, and he's so getting bagged.
Well, I'm about to say, we saw the smile on Ospreay's face where he said, "Game on." And again, Jon Moxley screaming out, "This guy is not your friend." Trying to eradicate everything he's worked for his entire life. Jon Moxley wanted him to see it. Bear in mind what's at stake. Now, baby, the best wrestler in the world with nothing to lose. Ospreay is truly on deaf ground. As we go outside, the remarkable Renee Paquette.
Oh,
trying to catch up with Will Ospreay and Billy Goat, the Bronx.
Oh my god, the classic movie trope of Billy at the right place at the right time in the back alley.
Of course, I made Death Riders! And you can only imagine what's going through their minds. Was everything since April? For nothing.
Cheers.
Especially disbelief. Oh, damn! Just robbed Garcia! And Moxley restraining the troops. Are you sure you want to do that? Now, this is early eye to eye. Ready to pull the trigger for me. Pushing that Death Rider emblem against Jon Moxley's chest, saying, proverbially, "I'm out." Is that so? Looks like you got it all figured out then. Moxley parting the ways of the Death Riders, clearing the way to Ospreay. All I know, Ospreay, watch your back. Oop. And Renee now falling up. Hangman! Just want to catch up. It feels to be in your shoes right now. Cowboy Shishnak might go down to Detroit, Michigan. You let me feel. You know what you can't focus anymore. Well, yeah, you gave your word. But if you need anything, let me know, okay? United Empire Boys mad at me. Death Riders breathing down my neck. And I don't trust Kenny. So I can't trust you. Ooh. I'm going to do this on my own. Oh. Wait a minute. I know look in your face. You one of the best I've been in the ring with, for real? Sometimes it's sign that you believe it. I know you're walking to Wembley, and you're going to be the best that you have ever been. You got this. Seems like Ospreay's getting all the wisdom and encouragement and direction that he can, but at the end of the day, Ospreay is rolling solo with the whole world against him. It's going to be a long month for the Bruv to Wembley Stadium match, especially with after that segment. Bring an endorsement by him and Adam Page and maybe a sense of closure from the Death Riders, but also an ominous warning factor. Well, Ospreay, good luck controlling your fate. A little more over 30 days, Ash. We'll find out if this ascension has a happy ending. Let's go ahead and get inside the Masonic Temple and actually get into in-ring action, shall we? To kick things off with some triple threat action. Jungle Jack Prayer, of course, Ash, who recently re-signed on the dotted line to AEW Dynamite, previous holder of the AEW National title, second ever national champion, now finds himself once again with an opportunity to seize this championship for the second time against the newly crowned champion, Andrade El Idolo, and Nick Wayne, the Prodigy. And Matt Helms, good to see you, and it's good to see everybody, of course, in the chat that are tuning in. If you haven't already, like I said, subscribe. Tell people to do this at SR Studios 24. Use the hashtag AEW Dynamite, be part of the conversation. Subscribe to the Bad for Wrestling, Casting Studios, and Rage of Wrestling. It always feels like, Ash, after a pay-per-view, there's a soft reset. And sometimes the fallout truly doesn't come ahead just the Wednesday night Dynamite that follows the said pay-per-view. But so far, we're getting a lot of tension and a lot of unique setups, I think, of what's to come for the future.
Yeah, let's forget like some like seeds continuously planted for the all-in main event, and on like who if Ospreay is going to be on by himself or if he's going to be like having like some backup with him.
Yeah, of course, talking about resets, Aubrey Edwards drawing the assignment for this contest. We saw the real Latino man go full tranquilo in his new lifestyle, and now finally has gold for the first time in AEW. And of course, with his own mamacitas, as only La Sombra can. How you know? I gotta say, Andrade looks pretty damn good with that title around his waist.
Yeah, this is his first singles gold in AEW.
And first single goes, of course, since losing the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship to Shota Umino over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But to your point, the first time we're seeing Andrade literally a champion here in AEW. Do not let the pretty boy Latino looks fool you when you haven't seen prior Latino look that suave since Eddie Guerrero, Odele. Andrade Idolo can go in that ring as a machine, and he took on all the rage and aggression from that giant, dangerous monster, Mark Davis. this past Sunday at Redemption. So why he might be smiling like a treasured cat as far as Mexico, there's no way I think Andrade's coming in here at 100%.
Yeah, it's like right out the gate, they're having like defending in a triple threat.
I mean, hey, the work never stops in the professional wrestling business, right? And for Andrade, he probably welcomes this opportunity. We saw in his exclusive how much he loves AEW. I love wrestling in that ring. Aubrey Everett's holding up the AEW National Wrestling Championship. For those that don't know, this title is defended and showcased across all AEW partners and promotional showcases, whether it's Mexico, Canada, Japan, CMLL, MLP, ROH, or AEW itself. So tonight we see on Dynamite again, capacity crowd on hand. I'm very jealous in my bi-state area at Masonic. Tampa, damn! What the hell? The champion is dropped like that by Jack Perry. Immediately going on Schoolboy Raw by Nick Wayne. Well, we're not wasting any time here. Gave it a kick out. Clearly, Jack Perry came out of game plan. You almost wonder, Ash, would it be better to Jack Perry and Nick Wayne's benefit to neutralize Andrade Iglo and focus amongst themselves? Of course, both these men are coming off that crazy ladder match. Big uppercut by Nick Wayne. So I don't think anyone's coming in at 100%.
No, not at all. It's like, especially like how like the Jack Perry and Nick Wayne feud. It seems like they've been like it's been building up, especially on Collision. Because I think those two have wrestled each other a couple times on Collision, so we're gonna like start like building like some kind of feud there.
Nice 2-for-1 special by Andrade Iglo so far, demonstrating his strength and control in the field. Of course, triple threats, we all know how these goes. No counts qualification. Inside Kratos, one pass to Nick Wayne. It's a Uno. Aubrey Edwards again to throw it to Nick Wayne, who still holds heavy kinesio tape across the shoulder blades. Back at the head and neck with the swinging bits. And Andrade, tranquilo, Ash, tranquilo. Whoa! Baseball slide as Nick Wayne was on the outside, Cazador. Bulldog dropping the prodigy face first on the outside. Andrade over the top of the plunja. Then on his feet. Yeah, about to say, perfect landing there. And Andrade scouting. Oh, hello. I mean, there's a reason certain fans get a front row seat, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Worth the price of admission right there. How you know?
It's getting to the point where some people are going to be like,
I need that seat just because of that.
It's kind of sad, like how we got to when it comes to Andrade matches. You got a subsection of the audience being like, when's he going to take his shirt off, and when's he's going to take his pants off?
Or is he going to take a selfie with me because I'm on OF? Nonetheless, though, Nick Wayne just dropped Andrade with a sliced bread. Now, Jack Perry bringing the prodigy back inside the ring. Nick Wayne, of course, former Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Wait a second, shoots the half, hook of the far leg. It's a 2 count here. And, of course, right now, everybody without a title, without a way forward to Wembley are trying to find some avenue to go all in. You know this roster is hungry and determined to get to Wembley Stadium. Everybody's going to take a chance here tonight.
Right, especially with it being, like, arguably, like, the biggest pay-per-view for AEW this calendar year.
And best, of course, come out all in. We know Mercedes Moné will go after Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Championship. Kenny Omega will defend the AEW World Championship against Will Ospreay. And Adam Copeland and Christian Cage will defend the AEW World Tag Team Championships against, of course, the Young Bucks. We also have a men's casino gauntlet match for a guaranteed world title.
Oh, wow, it's Nick's favorite.
For the time for the Hurricane to come in. As right
What'd
now,
you say?
We have a men's casino gauntlet match official for AEW.
Oh my
for a guaranteed world title shot. Hi, Nick. Tranquilo, brother. Tranquilo. We're 15 minutes in. German suplex. I'm going to ignore Nick because we got in-ring action, and that matters more than his beef. Especially when his beef is raw. And I'm not talking about the WWE underwhelming product. And right now, Andrade in the driver's seat against Jungle Jack.
Yeah, that's how you really feel, Noah.
You know, I'm as real as it gets here, and I don't give a fuck what the internet thinks or anyone else thinks.
I just want to say I called this.
Andrade right now, and one shot, Spanish fly by Nick Wayne.
Ooh.
That Perry with the running shotgun drop kick, and all 3 men down for the time being.
I do love me a good Spanish fly, like especially a well-executed one.
The national championship hands in the balance as AEW Dynamite continues, and Restaurant Clive Roswell Picture, or, of course, full commercial break if you're on Max. Fuck television. Don't go anywhere. Now Nick can go ahead and do his little JD rant if he wants. At least he's taller than him. Hi, Nick. Welcome back. Go ahead. Talk.
I fucking called this. And I even said it. I said it to you. I said, what? They're going to have a fucking casino gauntlet at fucking All In. He is killing this fucking gimmick. Oh my God. Why? Like, oh
why?
God.
Why? Here's why. I mean,
no.
we have got Simon Miller showing up, actually. It's in Wembley Stadium. It's in London. What if Simon Miller shows up at the casino gauntlet? That'd be hilarious.
Well, Simon Miller needs to come on our show, but that's besides the point. Besides the point. He's fucking dude. I called it. I said it to you. What was it? What was the last casino gauntlet? Was it Dynasty?
It was Dynasty, correct?
Yes. It was Dynasty, and you, Mr. Lead play-by-play, told me I was fucking crazy. That this is we're not. No, we're not. I fucking told you that stream. I'm like, we're gonna get.
I didn't say you were crazy. I'm just saying that you're assuming too soon. Now it's made official. We've seen. To be fair, Nick, we have seen over the last calendar year more than one men's casino gauntlet match in AEW's calendar year at pay-per-views.
Okay, but when you overdo it and overkill it, it's not gonna feel special anymore.
It's 2 times now. It's the second one.
It should just be one. It should just be one. It should be. Listen, I know you hate when I compare. I know you hate when people compare. And I'm not trying.
You know, bananas and oranges, it's whatever. I mean, again, I don't hate. I just appreciate what I appreciate. And to the rest that don't like it, fuck off. Go ahead.
Well, listen. I know we can't compare, and you don't like comparing products. But the casino gauntlet, at one time or another, it felt special. The more you do something, the more it's not going to feel special. This should have been, the casino gauntlet is such an ingenious idea and something that AEW has made their own. Make it feel special. It should be, I understand, we don't want to compare to WWE, but this should be their Money in the Bank. This should be not a fucking whole event for it. It should be once a year, and you get a title shot for 365 days, and it fucking expires. We don't need this. We don't need an overabundance of it, because you just kill it. You just kill the specialty of it. This is why I'm scared of him doing Death's Door so much. I hope Death's Door is only at Forbidden Door, and that's it.
All right, fair enough. And hey, it's a fair take. And again, we'll see what happens when we go to Wembley. If we return back on AEW Dynamite. Great job, by the way, keeping that within the commercial break. As the AEW National Championship's on the line. Nick Wayne right now, isolated with Jack Perry on the top rope. Again, folks, we are in for a red-hot fallout of action tonight, and you might see somebody else added to the arsenal of this roster. Of course, to Ash's point, Jack Perry already has a pinfall win over Nick Wayne on Collision just a couple weeks ago, and Andrade hung up awkwardly across the top rope here. I don't necessarily see a title change, but I am curious to see who could become more of a long-term rival amongst themselves here. Big power bomb on Andrade to Nick Wayne. That's not going to help the back of his head and neck for that kinesio tape.
Yeah, I have Andrade. I have a feeling John Andrade is going to retain because Nick Wayne and Jungle Boy are going to be too caught up with the animosity they have towards each other.
And that's kind of ironic considering they've only had one singles match with each other. In fact, Jungle Jack Perry and Nick Wayne never met each other before in the ring before that match on Collision. Jack Perry right now trying to fight back. Of course, former AEW Tag Team Champion, former TNT Champion, AEW National Champion. Andrade would land the caught Nick Wayne with the Enziguri. Gamaguri, excuse me. And now Jack Perry off the top rope. Take to the floor. Andrade crashed and burned, and Nick Wayne falls out of the top and destroyer. Damn!
I love how I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. So it works.
Hey, that's all good. That's a different type of reaction right there, and obviously there was a different chain reaction to that offense by all three men. Ash, jeez. Detroit, of course, is always such an awesome city for wrestling. They never disappoint when it comes to their energy. Just ask about his promotion at WR near the Detroit area.
I know we don't want a title change, but if you want to maybe rattle some cages over here.
Oh!
I would. I mean, we know according to certain outlets that
suplex.
MJF will be
And it
factored
hit the leg too. Oh, and Jeff Perry saves it. Continue.
That he'll be MJF will be factored into All In plans. I wonder if MJF costs Andrade the title. That would
How
be
you'll know.
How you know?
How you'll know. Well, I mean, again, we know that Andrade Idolo, to your point, is still in possession of MJF's Dynamite Diamond Ring, and we haven't seen that scumbag since he lost to Triple B at Beach Break. Andrade moving really slowly after that big splash to the back following that Tijeras by Jack Perry, and Nick Wayne right now just instigating Jungle Jack Perry.
Big shots.
Open palm strikes, the perspiration flies down the Masonic Temple. Oh, man. Big slap returning kind by Nick Wayne. And then clearly, that's just how fired up these two men are to get the better of one another. To your point, Ash, right now, teeing off, and Andrade, fight facing both men. Knife edge shot to Jeff Perry and Nick Wayne. Of course, Andrade, the heavier-handed individual. Ran to double super kick, falls for one. God, one boom out with a lariat. And Nick Wayne and Jeff Perry in one fell swoop, taken down by El Idolo, and all three men down again. A red-hot start here tonight on Dynamite in this triple threat with the AEW National Championship hangs in the balance. Crowd chanting, how you'll know. That's how I know. Take a look at the replay here. Turn him inside out with the follow momentum off the top rope, or excuse me, off the ropes. Carlito also the heavier individual here, about a 40-pound weight difference when you look at the other two individuals, and of course far more inexperienced, especially compared to Nick Wayne. Falls up with the knees in the corner against Jack Perry, goes for the cover, back press with the far leg, and Aubrey gets a 2 count as he gets the shoulder up. Andrade, though, knows how close he is, Ash, to that retainment right there. You can see it in his face. I feel like Andrade sometimes like 2 steps ahead. Of course, I've seen Andrade how many times now in multi-person matches for titles, whether or not he was the champion.
Right.
Oh! Nick Wayne again. Of course, last time we did see him in triple threat, he did lose. Didn't even realize Nick Wayne was there. And now Nick Wayne looking to follow up, pop up to Jack Perry. Jack Perry catching Andrade into a DDT.
Could have went so wrong.
And a poison rana to Nick Wayne. Went so wrong right there for the Prodigy.
He didn't get all of it, but it was effective.
Yeah, I'm about to say, call whatever you want. That's the word I was waiting for. And so far, these topes being offended for Jack Perry. Wiping out Andrade, wiping out Nick Wayne, looking for the hat trick. Tope on Hilo, wiping out both men on the outside. And Jack Perry's not done. Standing moonsaults. Jack Perry on fire.
It's a good match. Good quality match so far.
So far, and the crowd is loving it.
Yeah, nice way to open the show.
Looking up Nick Wayne, big power bomb cover, 2, and no pressure on the shoulders by Jack Perry.
So I don't know if you guys knew or see it on the bottom of the screen. That is a Wednesday that we should cover. It's going to be Rebel Heart Night.
I already got my bracelet, and I was going to actually promote that later on. But yes, since AEW is promoting it, indeed, of course, promoting, of course, Rebel Tania, who is, of course, being a advocate champion and a survivor of ALS. Whoa! Looking to fund further research and awareness. Stay tuned, folks, for AEW Dynamite Rebel Heart this coming September. And we will be coming here to the Simple Studios one way or another because, damn it, I support Rebel. And we also will be going all out, of course, Saturday, September 26th from Chicago, Illinois. Surprised I say it hasn't burnt down yet. After we go all in next month. That and so much more ahead on our Watch One schedule for AEW. As he got the knees up, and Nick Wayne right now looking to show how much of a rebel he is right now, trying to stop Andrade's heart. Now Nick Wayne going up to the top rope. Andrade in the drop zone. Phoenix Splash connects, high angle, sits in the cover, 2, we got new champion, Jack Perry with the save, with the running knee strike.
Did you see where he landed, though?
Yeah, exactly, high on the bridge of Andrade's face and chest. Could have broken a nose there. Now Jack Perry looking to make a sacrifice on Andrade. Oh, that spinning back elbow. Perry got wiped out. Now Nick Wayne will take advantage. Legs on the ropes. Nearly stole the title there. Andrade hooking up Nick Wayne. Double underhook. DM! Center of the ring. Andrade with the cover. Andrade retains the national championship. Woo! That was wild from the get-go and red hot all the way down to the stretch. Well done for Andrade Idolo. First successful defense of the AEW national title.
So I don't know if you guys noticed. In that camera shot you're gonna see, do you see two people with some face paint on?
Yeah,
look into the crowd. Look into the crowd.
Yeah, I do see that. Probably Insane Clown Posse fans.
You know who that is?
No.
That is Violent J and the Clown Force from
Shaggy Tudo.
From JCW.
Yeah, that's what the Insane Clown Posse. Yeah,
that's why I said that nonsense.
Violent J and Shaggy Tudo.
Right.
I only know their names because my mom used to be friends with a big fan of Insane Clown Posse.
Anyway, let's go down to Tony Giovanni inside the ring right now with Andrade. I think Shark Boy's also there too somewhere. I saw
Shark Boy's there.
I saw that, yeah. So,
I think Rhino's there.
Of course, it's friggin' Detroit. Might as well be the mayor of Detroit. I feel tranquilo. Of course he does. You know why? Because I screw MGF as he kisses that Dynamite diamond ring, foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, Safed. Good to see you, Darren. Ooh. I could find anyone, but I will be the best national champion ever. Well, considering you're the fourth, it's a short legacy.
Right.
But a hell of a start.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That's Ricochet defending that thing everywhere and anywhere. Like anywhere, everywhere against anyone, I should say.
I'm about to say, who says Andrade only wants one title? Be a qualifying match next week in your hometown of Mexico. Oh, for the number one position. Interesting. Something you think you would like? I have one question. Type it in the chat. Wait for it. Detroit obviously has an idea what it is. I can't believe how great this phrase is over.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Catchphrase getting like over in a wrestling company. Wow.
Well, I mean, of a question like that, I mean, the way it's delivered, the person delivering it, again, how you'll know whether Andrade El Idolo wants more gold. There's a no more contenders match next week in Mexico when we'll be covering Diamond next week. Believe it or not, folks, we're already heading into August. Next week is Grand Slam Mexico, and Andrade will be in a number one spot match next week on Dynamite in his home turf. Again, folks, Men's Casino Gauntlet match will guarantee somebody a world title shot at All in London, and Andrade is fighting next week for the number one spot. The sooner you're in, the better your chance. Speaking of going all in, let's go backstage to the Buds, Jamie Hammer and Alex Windsor with Renard Renee Paquette. They're all talking. I'm about to say, they made their intentions well known on close-up, and Mick Foley also pointed out that the Brawling Birds are undefeated. But so is Divine Dominion for that matter, so I'm just saying, this feels like this needs to happen. I'm just saying. Please give me the Brawling Birds. More Brawling Birds. More fighting, more drinking. Fuck it, why not? I'll join in. Where we see you. Pull up your knuckles, girls. It sounds like to me the Birds are just ready to fight anybody on any given Saturday as we go to a full commercial break. Fuck television.
Like
Well,
the
that being
Brits
said,
say, come and have a go. Sorry, just like that. Like the Brits say, come and have a go if you think you're hot enough.
Well, that being
I'm hot
said,
enough.
well, anyway.
Not like that, Nick.
Oh, sorry.
I'm surrounded by Canadians that are idiots. That being said, I'm also surrounded by the fact that I have an unmatched passion, one of a kind for the wrestling business. How you'll know? This watch-along trailer will let you know. So we got a commercial break. We're going to show you what's ahead of the Simply Reliable Studios. Producer!
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, it's about studios. That trailer reminds you here we encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to the wrestling. And welcome back in here once again to the All Elite Lounge at the SRS. I am the Superman, the Superman, the voice of SRS, Noah Foster, with two crazy Canucks, Ash from, of course, Winnipeg, and Nick from an unknown territory. Hope that you all are enjoying our watch along here. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pivot up passions. It's as simple as that. To what was said earlier, as we got a moment, I just want to go out again, encourage people, buy a bracelet, buy a shirt, support Rebel in this fight against ALS. You can learn more, of course, at IamALS.org and follow her on her social medias, as this will be a fundraising event benefiting the causes to fund research so we can be more ahead on this terminal disease and find a cure. People are optimistic to find one by 2030, but again, time is of a vapor. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. We love you, Rebel, and we wish you nothing but continued love and strength. And stay tuned for our coverage of Rebel Heart, AEW Dynamite, where, of course, AEW, we're in this together. As we go backstage, we find several members of the Don Callis family together, including the protostar Kyle Fletcher, who is still AEW National Champion, and the defeated Kevin Knight, who has already elapsed Fletcher's best TNT run and is still the TNT champion.
So if I may, the trailer was great. We have so much going on. There's some stuff on the trailer that I do want to give a shout out to. Even though we might not cover it. We got our great friends at Pro Wrestling Symphony. They got No Remorse coming up in August. Our lovely folks, lovely friends at Focus Pro, they got Get Rich or Die Trying coming up in August. There's a lot of August is like packed with some great shit.
It really is. And of course, G1 Climax combination, 5-star Grand Prix combination, so much going on.
Shout out to my friend Josh for giving us recommendations for people like me who have fallen behind on the G1.
Everyone doesn't know. So again, I'm going to rattle her because I am sitting on Pro Wrestling, who's followed every day and caught up every day and finished just today's action. But anyway, Wayne Okada, speaking of New Japan.
Yes.
The next day will stay in the family.
Interesting words.
Well, do you see the way Kyle Fletcher looks at Okada? Like I said, when it comes to Kazuchika Okada, he's young boy everybody that tries to make a mockery of him. That being said, that being said, say the full name of the current still AEW International Champion. We can head back inside for trios action. Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, that's Doyle, by the way, and the Machine Brian Cage engage with Brodito and, of course, Kyle Fletcher's next opponent, Speedball Mike Bailey, where a rubber is to be set next week down in Mexico at Grand Slam at AEW Grand Slam Dynamite. And, of course, Brody King and Bandito, after Bandito gave the Protostar a run for his money, Ash, unlike anything we've seen Kyle Fletcher deal with in his young career in the first time ever one-on-one encounter.
Sorry, against who?
Kyle Fletcher and Bandito, remember?
Oh, yeah, that was such a good match. That was so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And Kyle Fletcher, of course, proving that he doesn't need the family to actually get a win and show how great he actually is. Don Callis right now seems to be keeping Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight in line. But like I said, that subtle walk by Kazuchika Okada, I still think that Kyle and Okada are not quite on the same page yet. I mean, when you rainmaker somebody, it's going to take more than a week to probably recover from that, mentally and physically. I'm just saying.
We're probably going to get a three-way at All In. Fletcher, Takeshita, Okada for that national title.
If not beforehand or afterwards. And that being said, here comes Brodito, of course, former AEW Tag Team Champions, and Bandito, of course, still the Ring of Honor World Champion. Most likely will be defending that title, as you saw in the trailer, at Ring of Honor, for the side that we will be covering here at the Super Reliable Studios. And, of course, Brody King still has aspirations of becoming a singles champion himself. Speaking of my Billy, by the way, with what people showed me for his media scrum reference points, might be the best, most humble guy I've ever seen take to media and not showcase any sort of toxicity whatsoever. He might literally be the modern day Ricky the Dragon Steamboat when it comes to his integrity. And of course, he won the chance in Montreal in front of his family, his home countrymen, his hometown, for the opportunity for the AEW National Championship next week against the Protostar Kyle Fletcher, what will be their third singles encounter.
I was listening to a podcast and they described Speedball Mike Bailey as the inverse of "And the Bell Rings."
That's a fair point.
Because, yeah, Speedball's he's getting there, but he's not
quite there.
Yeah, quite there when it comes to promo ability.
Well, at least he's trying. And again, we're really seeing a lot of Speedball's personality come out more and more. He has to deal with the Don Callis family. As it looks like we might get a tease of what's to come next week. As Speedball Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher are starting off inside the ring. But again, will Kyle actually give us that? Probably not. There's a reason he's got two monsters tagging alongside him. And clearly this is the plan by Don Callis to weaken Kyle Fletcher's opponents.
Mm-hmm. And going to your point you made earlier, it's better to try and fail than not try at all.
Exactly, and that's been the MO of Speedball Mike Bailey's career ever since starting wrestling in Montreal. When wrestling was so small then, you wasn't sure if you could go beyond that. Right on the side headlock by Big Bad Brody King to Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher testing himself here against Big Bad Brody. I'm not sure how wise this is. And I'm about to say, Kyle Fletcher can ill afford any sort of injury or any sort of vulnerability ahead next week in Mexico. And right now, Kyle driving Brody into the family's corner. And Brody came with a big elbow strike right now. And Brian, I want to see these three men just go at a big, meaty triple threat right now. That's what I want. And Brody just hoisted up by Brian Cage and Dave Doyle. Good grief. About to say, the compulsive emotions that are ready to combust within the Don Callis family. So many different elements between Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada. It does make me wonder, though, how well the other oddities are keeping those emotions in line. And is that by design by Don Callis, tag made?
Mm-hmm.
Speedball Mike Bailey dropping down on the arm. For those that don't know, again, Speedball Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher have faced each other on two other singles occasions. One time it was actually for the AEW International Championship, or excuse me, double stomp to the arm TNT title. And of course, the other time was during the Continental Classic. They are currently 1-1 against each other. Irish whip right now. Bandito picking up where he left off on Sunday, and the train has left the station here. And Brody King bringing like a boost forward that forearm against the AEW International Champion.
That was an interesting move.
Oh, God. That was just like human car crash is what that was in Detroit. That's nothing new.
Motor City.
Well, there's a reason why the Speedway, you have to have the speed. Otherwise, you will find yourself probably getting an injury. Speedball and Brody King and Bandito right now regrouping here. And what is Speedball and Bandito doing on the outside? Kyle Fletcher right now trying to get better at Brody. Dexter needs the clothesline. Dexter the clothesline again. Speed on his side. What? God! Got him that time. Inside out. Upside down. Good grief. Just a straight hammer hawk of a right hand. And Don Callis on commentary, of course. Again, F. Don Callis. Bandito, Latino heat, split leg front. Kyle Fletcher able to roll inside. Gets to the midsection, though. And Kyle Fletcher right now looking to hoist up Bandito for the brain buster. There's a strength right now in play here by the most wanted deadlifting. The international champion and a stalling vertical drop. That is incredible how Bandito is able to do that.
The strength of Bandito is ridiculous.
It took the word out of my mouth. Not the agility, it's the strength. I'm not sure what the greater attribute is when it comes to what maybe we have deemed the best luchador right now.
There's a reason why Bandito's ROH champion, although you wouldn't realize it based on how he's booked on AEW programming.
Well, again, we talk about his track record on Sunday. Brian Cage, though, catching Bandito, and oh, man! Power bomb into the ring post. As this trios match turmoil continues forward in AEW Dynamite. Stay tuned, folks. Restaurant Clap Browse on picture a full commercial HBO Max. Fuck television. This is also one of those things right now that you look at Speedball Mike Bailey and the run of his career. And so far in AEW, he hasn't done anything as a singles champion yet. He even said at one point, I can't prove I am one of the best here until I have the gold to prove it. And this is a huge opportunity for him and Kyle Fletcher next week at Grand Slam.
Yeah. I hope somebody screws Mike Bailey out of it because I really could see if we're not getting the main event as a triple threat, right? Or if people are not, if people are not added to the main event, then for the international title, it should be, for the TNT title, it should be Mike Bailey versus Kevin Knight versus Darby.
But it's also, I get what you mean, but again, do we need everything to be a triple threat, Nick? You seriously?
No.
Much like Zach, I just want to point out real quick, as I acknowledge a great friend of Subo Studios, Zach in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Talking about triple threats and TLCs. You all still trying to book that triple threat TLC with the Young Bucks and ENC, but he has a different team in mind. And we'll talk more about that later if we add to the arsenal of this roster, Zach. Thank you so much for your patience. Continue, Ash.
I was about to say, not every match needs to be like a three-way, but it's a way to get everyone on the card.
But you don't necessarily need to put everyone on the card every time, let alone have a whole card full of triple threats. If you're going to sell scores, they should be sold in the simplest but pure fashion possible. Singles, unless the title dictates it or story truly needs it. Keyword truly, not just because they've been an element.
I mean, like, it's one thing for the national title to be a three-way because they've been, like, building it as a three-way since, like, the beginning of the year?
That one makes sense.
Whereas the TNT title, that doesn't really necessarily need to be like a three-way. They could have like Darby,
Well, Darby says he's not done with Kevin Knight. I just want to put that out there. He's far from done with the Jets.
Exactly. I was about to say they could be like Darby, and they could finish up Darby versus Kevin Knight before we move on to like the possible Kevin Knight versus Speedball, because those two like. They split up and they have like.
Well, I think at All In it will be. If what we're seeing right now plays out, I think we're seeing Darby versus Kevin, and I think that's going to be. It has to be some sort of stipulation.
Yeah, because he said, "How far are you willing to go?" And we know how far Darby's willing to go. He'll literally put himself on fire to get what he needs done, or sacrifice himself.
So I think that'll be like a coffin match. I can see
it being a coffin match. Yeah, because have we seen a coffin match at all this year on the AEW side of things?
The last coffin match we saw was last year.
Tornado DDT.
Was last year at All Out.
And that was
you would know.
And that was Darby versus
John Moxley and Darby out and
Okay,
freaking power bombed him from the freaking ring to the damn coffin on the floor. And still, Darby Allin got out and tried to light John Moxley on fire. Crazy son of a bitch. Now, Bandito right now deal with the Machine Brian Cage. Rolls through, tag made out to Big Bad Brody King. Knife edge chop, and the meat division has arrived in Detroit. It's like chopping a brick wall here right now. Which one has the stronger foundation? Seriously, this is just a big, meaty triple threat waiting to happen. Oh, jeez. Jump to the side of head and neck. Big elbow clock in the machine. Who better? And the meat chance rating out here. Detroit doing AEW proud, as always. Hard Irish whip in the corner, and right now the machine and Doyle stacked and crushed and seated by Big Bad Brody. Uh-oh. That fake Brody came up and looking to go bowling and hits a strike with the cannonball in the corner. And the cover on Brian Cage win the match. Brian Cage kick out at 2. Brian Cage, of course, battle-tested, former, of course, TNA World Champion. Oh! See? Jumping knee, right on the jaw with the rolling elbow. Got caught at Dinskins by Brody. Tag made a speedball Mike Bailey. Now Speedball back inside the ring, looking to follow through. And of course, Speedball said at one point he would not stop until he goes for every member of the Don God's family. Whip for the Revolution knees, and Brian Cage gets out of the way. Now the machine hoisting up Speedball into the buckle bomb in the family's corner. Tag made to Kyle Fletcher. Right now, the family might just feast on Speedball Mike Bailey. Combination of offense into the German suplex. Damn!
Man, they're really doing a good job of softening up Speedball for Fletcher next week, aren't they?
Power drive knee by the champion. Cover on Speedball by Bailey, and everybody there for the save.
Which is good because I don't see Mike Bailey winning it. I can see Bailey winning. Winning the title, a title, regardless of which one it is. I can see him winning it at if Wrestle Dream is in Toronto.
Rising Strike against Kyle Fletcher. Might be for that last right powerbomb. Hold that thought. Jackknife cover through my belly. The champion too. Almost got him there. Now Kyle Fletcher reverse roll up. Both these members out of position. Whip for the PK. Press kick. Whoa. Combination offense there. Kyle Fletcher hoisting out Speedball. Oh, Hurricane able to escape. Went for the PK follow through and standing Revolution knee drops. Damn.
Jesus.
We can exchange here by these two. Not letting up an inch. Whip for the roundhouse, hoisted up. Long target in the corner.
Grand Slam Mexico is going to be really good.
It's going to be right now.
Adventure.
What?
But dropped him and couldn't capitalize.
Nope. Honey, you want to go to Mexico? All right. Me and the wife are going to Mexico next week. We'll see you guys there.
Hopefully you come back safe.
Yeah, but we're going to go watch wrestling now.
I guess that's about as safe as you can get. Both men right now need to make a tag here. Get safety in their corner. Tag made to Jay Doyle. Tag made to Bandito. I still cannot get used to that name. Rolling in the elbow strikes right now against this behemoth. And Bandito fired up here and gets to the midsection by Big Bad Doyle. And off the ropes, picking up momentum. And Bandito with the overhead military press. Are you kidding me? The stripe. Every time I see it, I still can't believe it by this man. Seriously. Like it was nothing. To the top, Latino. Split leg frog smash. What? Roll through. And about to say the body displacement on that power slam by Jake Doyle. Driving through Bandito like a runaway freight train. Rolling elbow connects. And Brian Cage hoisting up. Whoa. Almost lost the footing there. Got Brody King up, though. Looking to set up for the ride. F5. Now Speedball, ducks underneath the discus. Wait for the rolling kick. Wait for the rolling kick again. Oh, calm the third time on the temple. Super kick by Kyle Fletcher. It's all breaking down now. Whoop,
So I'm going to call it.
Bring out the top round moonsaults.
I'm going to call it now for the end of the year. Most underrated wrestlers. Gotta be either like Bandito's got to be in that category, and fucking Speedball.
Yeah, kick in the midsection.
Speedball, yeah, Speedball's a good shout, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait a minute, Hergermont take over. Jay Doyle, got 2 count. Bandito nearly got the match there. I believe Doyle and Bandito are still the 2 legal men if we've been keeping track. Oh, super kick. Referee McNaughton's just letting all hell break loose here in Detroit. And we're not even in Hell, Michigan. Yes, that's a real place. Right now, the dealer might be looking to show with his hand off the ropes. 20. Oh, my gosh! That ran into a freaking elbow from Doyle. Now, Bandito right now. Whoa. We got some storms going on in Detroit. What the hell happened to my LED board? Everyone else saw that, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting a return here for this match.
Yeah, right now, Speedball looking to make forward with ultimate weapon on Jay Doyle. Didn't see that shot coming, and now Speedball, straight jacket, suplex, hold, bridge, blades, clutch. Speedball with the win! What a win with the clutch, jacket, cradle!
No,
and Kyle Fletcher can't believe it.
Right? The expression on his face.
It wasn't pinned this time, but Kyle's got to realize the danger Speedball might barely imposes. If he traps him in that pinning maneuver, we will have a brand new AEW National Champion next week at Grand Slam, Mexico. That stare down right there says it all, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets swinging like a pendulum for both Speedball Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher in this match alone in what will be their 3rd singles encounter. Someone's going to have a lot to celebrate, and someone's going to have nothing to celebrate after next week, Wednesday. Again, still so much more to come tonight. We celebrate with a nightingale. We will hear from Kenny Omega. The AEW Continental Championship is on the line. And the fun continues forward here. But coming up next, Maya World takes center stage against Persephone. TBS style on the line when we return to AEW Dynamite. Congratulations again to Brodito and Speedball Mike Bailey. Damn good match. They got a full commercial break for television. Woo! Red hot start so far, and we're just under the hour mark, folks, and what's to come still. Dadgum. Loving this so far. Good stuff.
Yeah, nothing for the first hour.
I'm about to say, far better Fallout kickoff from this pay-per-view than Forbidden Door. I will say that.
Mm. At least
that's the second week, of course, where things picked up.
Yeah, at least for the main event side of things, and
right?
Also like some like, and for the international, at least we got like.
It's really a showcase right now is what it is of everybody you could see go all in and what titles could be on the line and what opportunities could be presented. Of course, we got Grand Slam Mexico, and we already know 2 opportunities that are ahead. Speedball Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher have a national championship, and Andrade the Eagle will fight somebody for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. Well, we got a moment to breathe here. Of course, we've already seen the Billy Goat pretty much know that right now he is rolling solo. Everybody, friend and rival, is pissed off at him right
now. Ooh, sorry.
You all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to let you guys know there is a picture circulating with ICP and Tony Khan all on stage. So this was probably like before the show.
Oh, obviously, of course.
Dude,
that's celebrates legacy.
Hey man, he's trying to bring the business together, I guess. Like, it's good on him for doing it.
I mean, hey, with what AEW does that we haven't seen in who knows how long, I am forever grateful for it. That's all I'm going to say. This is where my passion comes out at its highest degree. This is where the blank wrestle. I don't necessarily go with the trouble the best, but at the end of the day, you don't get more quality and ring work than this right now from a wrestling company on a regular basis. But again, that's just one aspect. There's so many aspects of the business, and that's what makes the entire wrestling business what it is. Whether or not you agree with somebody else, how constructive you are versus how critical you are, that's your own bias. That being said, again, stay tuned next time that me and Ash have a simple session. We will, of course, keep you in tune with that exclusively at the Cineman's brand and Bag for Wrestling. And also stay tuned for me and Papadino to break down the prediction league scores for the All Elite League, including your place, Young Bat. Tomorrow night, tentative time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just League breakdown, of course. And the Papadino Network will be also part of the live streaming festivities. Stay tuned. As, of course, the Simple Studios keeps you in tune with all things wrestling. Stay tuned also for the Conduit of Kana, Kyra McKenna, to return back here for another SRS interview. Of course, the current Pro Wrestling City Women's Champion and the now Spark Joshi Pacific Atlantic Champion as well. I'm just waiting for her to take on Hazuki. And so much more still to come here, of course, courtesy of SR Studios. I mean, get ready for the other half of tonight's wild edition of AEW Dynamite. Speaking of which, welcome back, everybody, inside Detroit, Michigan, in a capacity crowd at the Masonic Temples. We are your countdown here, 32 days away from going from the Cathedral of Football to Cathedral of Professional Wrestling, all in London in Wembley Stadium. Shout out to Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Giovanni, of course, that are the correspondents at commentary for All Elite Wrestling. Let's go ahead now and see what words we got here for this generational tag team clash. And then sit down with Nate Paquette, with Cage and Cope and the Young Bucks. They will face off for the first time ever. You know, when I thought about what is in this wrestling business, this was one of those I did not necessarily think about because I wouldn't think it would come to mind. But here we are. It's a reality now. Two generations finally colliding for the richest prize in AEW on a foundation that they hold so near and dear, tag team wrestling.
Yeah, as like an argument can be made for like both teams over like who's the best tag team of all time, because I hear Young Bucks get brought up a lot, and same with Edge and Christian.
And you know this is going to be a mutual honor at the heart, at least for three of these men. Christian Cage, though, stone-faced, freaking fun of the year, apparently. He never will necessarily show that level of respect. But to your point, Christian Cage and Adam Coleman's got to be aware of what the Young Bucks have done in this business, let alone here in AEW. Again, they are former three-time AEW tag team champions. Mutual respect, but who's got more pressure? Keep tag team wrestling alive. Mutual respect for having you done. And again, for the most part, the Young Bucks have really wanted to make tag team wrestling a centerpiece here in All Elite Wrestling. And they have more times over, even if they have not been involved. Tag team wrestling has been a forefront here at Foundation in AEW more times over than I can count.
At least like in this, like recently, because there have been times, especially like
oh yeah, there were definitely down times.
Yeah.
And I say it with all sincerity. Christian Cage's sincerity. We didn't come back to do a retirement to the greatest hits tour. Did this to prove we are the best tag team of our generation. But we're the best tag team of your generation as well. There's the word I was waiting for. Generational tag team encounter. It's about legacy. Gee, where have I heard that before? This guy's on your second career now. It's 2 careers for you. I mean, that's fair. Well, Christian Cage, probably 3. He was part of TNA, to be fair.
Yeah.
And, of course, the Young Bucks win that. They become the most decorated tag team in AEW. That's right. They would be the first and only ever 4-time AEW tag team champion.
It's kind of easy to make yourself a 4-time tag champ when you're EVPs.
Yeah, but nonetheless, that's still an accomplishment.
I'm just saying. Am I wrong for that?
No, you're definitely not wrong. But at the end of the day, I look at both sides of the corporate coin.
I'm just calling a spade here because we all crapped on Jeff Jarrett for doing that. I'm just giving that same energy to the Young Bucks.
Well, it sounds like you're already giving them the win.
Listen, I enjoyed the Young Bucks. Okay, they are fun to watch. I will give them that. I have yet to see a bad Young Bucks match. Okay, as much shit as I do give them for like having like multiple title reigns.
That's credit to you as a fan admitting that.
This is like when I watch a Young Bucks match, I know what I'm getting into.
Right.
And that's fine. Like I am expecting like some high octane car crash wrestling. Like it's I watch their matches the same way I watch like the Fast and the Furious movies. They're fun, turn your brain off action. Good quality entertainment.
Not all the way through. Sometimes it's just slow like that as well. And both these teams, Young, of course, talking about legacy, and of course, Adam Coleman and Christian Cage talking about the last time they were together as tag team champions. They didn't come back here just to be part of someone else's legacy. Not downplaying anything the Young Bucks done or how great they are. Wow. Christian Cage saying that he has to beat them. Ray Paquette now interjecting.
If Motor City Machine Guns are debuting tonight, you have to debut them after this segment.
Yeah, asking right now.
Because where else was they debut?
Well, again, you all keep holding out for that arsenal to fire off. I'm just listening here what right now Renee's asking Cage and Cole.
Right. If it happens, it happens. If not, then
move on.
Exactly.
And Renee basically just asking what the win would mean for each team here, of course. For a real chip on their shoulder the Young Bucks has. You don't have the machine behind this is what we do. But you are more taller than us, more experienced than us. It's taller than us. Adam Coleman just saying I look forward to it. And again, the Young Bucks, they've been doing this nothing but tag team wrestling the entirety of their careers, despite the accomplishments of Adam Coleman and Christian Cage as a duo. Again, first time ever, generational tag team matchup, all in London. It goes down for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Cage and Cope versus Magnet Jackson, the Young Bucks. And I am looking very forward to seeing the fallout of that opportunity to see who's on the losing side. Speaking of opportunity, the guys of the Underworld is taking a huge opportunity tonight in Motor City. Current CML Women's World Champion Persephone has become the new face of TBS and maybe start her own portfolio. And of course, Persephone's been on quite a hot win streak, as usual, ever since the fall of that Survival of the Fittest match, costing Chris Statlander the chance for the TBS Championship.
Do you think we see Chris Statlander get involved and cost Persephone the TBS title?
I think it's a very high possibility that Stat will touch down AEW once again, because Stat doesn't forget that's where she's at, fuck the haters. And of course, Chris Statler has been on excursion all over the world, currently fighting in France and England, and is no doubt looking to tear the head off this individual that cost her a chance at becoming, once again, the TBS champion. But speaking of chances, the chances that this young woman has taken only 3 years in her career, on her birthday nonetheless, being a former Double Women's World Champion, Maya World, the it girl. This is truly Maya's world, and we're just living in it. And of course, for those that don't know, because you're going to watch the pay-per-view, but for those that tuned to our coverage, Maya World did the unthinkable, it seemed. Beating Hikaru Shida with that far-away bridging pin, season the TBS championship. I still can't believe it.
Right? That's a very pleasant surprise.
You think about the Hikaru Shida took her so lightly, had 3 or 4 different opportunities to simply pin her, and she did. All it took, like I said, hubris before the downfall, and Maya World capitalized and became the latest holder of the TBS title. So anything can happen with this championship, so I'm not really Persephone on this at all. Celebrating her birthday no less on Sunday. I can only imagine how she celebrated after the fact. Aubrey Everest drawing the decision for this contest. Bell rings. We are officially underway. Only 3 years involved in this game out of the Texas area. Less than 25 years old. Con double tie up here right now between both these women. Persephone, pound for pound, one of the strongest individuals. Now duly contracted, of course, to CML and AEW. And also quite a rising star in her own right. We've seen her hang with a plethora of people, including previously challenging for the TBS title against Willow Nightingale earlier this year. Now the pressure on Maya World now being a champion here in AEW means that the work has only begun here. Of course, you maximize your minutes on television. 20-minute time limit for this match. If it goes to the draw, champion will retain. Tail of the tape, you can clearly see Persephone has the strength and height advantage. Irish whip off the ropes. Good agility being shown there in the drop down. Cartwheel escape by Maya World. Both these women got their own attitude here, looking to show off who really has it. Nice Mitch's escape by the champion. Woo, Persephone, though, answering in kind. And you think about also the run of these two women so far. Oh, nice bridging cover there. It's a 2 count. Persephone, Maya World, both previous challengers to Athena's Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Both, of course, now been involved. Nice bridge spin there by Persephone in pursuit of the TBS Championship. One finally obtaining it. Persephone finally obtaining her first piece of singles gold, the CMLL Women's World Championship. There's a lot of similarities you could draw with these two, honestly.
Right? Both young up-and-comers trying to prove a name for themselves.
Arm drag takeover. Oh, man. Big rolling kick across the bridge of the nose to Persephone, and Maya World getting the better of the challenger here in the early going. And Maya World, 24 years of age, just to put that in perspective, easy for me to say. Persephone, also 24 years of age. Stay tuned, by the way. There's a special live collision tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for those that continue following AEW content on a weekly basis. So if you want to watch Collision, don't watch it on Saturday. You have to watch tomorrow Thursday unless you DVR it. Persephone going to the outside of the ring, and so far, Maya World outsmarting and outpacing her opponent. Whip for the PK. Persephone catch the boot. Cartwheel escape. Lands on the floor. Big elbow clocking the gods of the underworld. Went for the high kick again. Persephone scouting it, though. Hoisted up. Electric chair position. Uh-oh. This is not going to end well, I think. Oh, face first on the apron. Persephone does outweigh Maya World, also on experience, involved 9 years in this game. Standing at, of course, 5'4". As this TBS title match continues, the rest of our quiet prizes on picture. Fuck television. It's also one of those things, though, that I can see Chris Statlander, maybe she would want the TBS title back as well. And Maya World now, she has to, I think, really test herself against a very formidable roster of former TBS title holders. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and a lot of the women in the TBS are very, very strong women. Like, they have, like, a good power game.
It's incredible how much power is here in the AEW women's division. I'm just
saying.
Right? Persephone also coming off, of course, wins against the likes of Angelica Riz and Gara Negra. And, of course, his dual contract. She just recently went down to CMLL and was involved in a best free falls match with her tag partner, Olympia, defeating, of course, Kira and Gara Negra in about 7 minutes. And the deepest we've seen Persephone go, of course, was against Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's World title last year at Final Battle, but it's also outlasted the likes of Julia Hart and Billy Starks, including successfully retaining that title against Billy Starks. I'm still waiting for Billy Starks, by the way, to upset or literally clock her so-called minion overlord. I'm about to say, when you're going to grow a spine? Seriously.
Well, that's something that is going to be played out, hopefully, on Ring of Honor television.
Something! Well, again, highly unlikely in all likelihood.
And when are they finally going to pull the trigger? Because...
Well, she needs to pull the damn trigger herself, all right? Damn it.
I know, but you do it at Death Before Dishonor? Like, at this point, you have to do it. Like, you can't...
I say Final Battle. Final Battle needs to be the stage that we see the finale of Athena's run. I just don't know against who. The third time the charm for Billy Starks, Maya World gets it done. Maya World did call Athena, by the way, for the TBS title. Just saying.
It has to. I've said it repeatedly. You guys, if you watch back, you know I've always said it. Ring of Honor needs to be. Not everybody needs to have a developmental system, but I think for a company like AEW and like WWE, you need a developmental system. The Ring of Honor should be that. They should be putting the championships on guys and girls who you see a future in. I think Athena has run her course. She's been great. Bandito has been great, but I think it's time we crown some new champions and take Ring of Honor to the next level.
We might get a new champion here tonight. Of course, we're back in AEW Dynamite. TBS title hanging the balance. Persephone versus Maya World. Persephone, by the way, has already defended the CMLL Women's World title successfully on Ring of Honor and AEW and CMLL against Billy Starks, Lacey Lane, and you might be surprised by this name, Tessa Blanchard. And right now, single leg crab being applied here by Persephone on the Maya World.
And that's the thing about these like long title reigns is just that when the champion eventually loses the title, who do you have built up and ready for them, and also rebuilt, especially if they've gone through like multiple of the same opponents. Like
2 roll up cover. It's a 1 count. Well, the fact of the matter, though, Shida, she went through what? 2 opponents, lost her 3rd defense, cover here in a 2 count. She was only champion for 25 days. And Seven just screaming down at Maya World, just clocking her. So, again, quantity and quality go hand in hand. Nice victory roll again by Maya World. And, double stop. Geez, great tenacity being shown here by Maya World. Knocking the win out of Persephone, quite literally. And Maya on the move again. Shining Wizard! And doing what it takes. Cover, hook of the near leg. Gets a 2 count there on Persephone. Well, that being said, though, I mean, the Persephone shocks us here tonight in Detroit. What does that say about Maya World's opportunities that she's taken and the win she got on Sunday?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see this title change. Like, if Persephone wins it tonight, then, I mean, Persephone drops it, let's say, in a couple weeks to somebody else, and then maybe you do a fatal 4-way for the TBS title at All In.
And Power 70 coming to play with the faraway throw to Maya World to the outside of the ring and a beautiful kip up. There's 70 right now, needless to say. Just very talented individual. Granted, Tope Suicida folding Maya World up like an accordion. Good grief. I tell you what, this freaking crazy woman gets off and goes in the 2nd gear. She's hard to stop. Maya World was looking for that baseball slide, and Persephone able to catch her, kick to the midsection, and and hoisted up. Woo! Able to get out of harm's way. Probably looking for that Razor's Edge. Now look at Persephone for that tornado DDT on the floor.
I love how they're giving these women time. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, again, it goes back to the potential of the AEW women's division. And we really see Persephone really own her own potential in seizing every opportunity she can here, much like Maya World. Maya World, of course, out of the fact that it was a family tragedy, but that didn't stop her. Watch out that short-range lariat, Mike. And Persephone trying to not be just a talking point here, but be the point. Who really is the it girl in this match right now? When it comes to these two badasses in their own right with a bad attitude of owning who they are. If we look at the replays here.
Yeah, Maya's doing the best at Maya's doing a good job of like making the best out of the opportunities that are given to her.
And Persephone for that matter.
And you can also make the argument that High End's probably doing the same thing, but just not like on a grander scale because not everyone watches Ring of Honor, sadly.
Yeah, of course, she wants to fight more Marvelous girls. For all I know, she's probably in Japan right now. Fisherman hook of the leg. German suplex with a bridge. High angle too. Whoa, that was close. Persephone a little bit apathetic that that didn't do it there. And this is the one thing I will say about Maya World versus Persephone. Persephone, moreover than not, we've seen her get emotionally rattled. Deeper a match goes when she doesn't get the decision. We're starting to see that come forward here, and it's cost her more often than not.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, that's usually her downfall in these matches.
Persephone falls in, and Maya World got the boots up and just drove Persephone down. And now Maya looking to spring up, 2nd rope, split moonsault connects. Close inside the ropes, though. Wait a second.
Oh, shit.
Rita! What the hell is she doing here? And she brought the candlestick in play. That's freaking sore loser from Sunday who had a hissy fit, and right now everybody is trying to get Sheeta out of here. This is none of her concern right now.
There's Statlander. There she is.
And right now, Maya World, Chris Statlander! The woman that literally got screwed by Sheeta and by Persephone. Meanwhile, Maya World, far away from suplex, bridge pin, and Maya World retains the TBS championship. Karma's a bitch.
Give me Persephone, Maya World, Chris Statlander, Sheeta, 4-way at All In.
I'll take it.
Sheeta versus Statlander in a non-title match.
I mean, I'm about to say, I'll take any of these 4 women because this is women's professional wrestling, damn it. And Cheetah's like, hey, you know what? This is what happens when you friggin' mess with me. Statlander with a bit of revenge and endorsing the brand new TBS champion. Statlander's return to AEW, and Sheeta Persephone, you are going to regret it, and you already have. First to 7th defense for the TBS champion, and of course, as I said, Payback is a bitch, or in this case, a cosmic killer. Congratulations, Maya. Welcome back, Stat.
first defense for Maya, and hopefully many more to come.
Well, here's hoping, but if she calls out Athena, it might be over sooner rather than later. Speaking of former champions with a defensive run, Dunk Sulamar Davis is 10 pounds lighter. And it looks like he's losing his mind. I need to do something about it. That means you number one contender and Tane. Yeah, but your video of me, it's very heavy asterisks. I did the Cause family alone. And you and I step here next week at Grand Slam. I think we're broken. And it sounds like Mark Davis is hell bent on getting back his AEW National Championship based on what we just heard. Wow. Big challenge for Will Ospreay, as we heard, because it also looks like that Mark Davis wants to destroy Will Ospreay. He wants to get some sort of form of revenge, says leave the Doncast family behind, because again, that's the only way that I might be able to get this match against you. We talked about Will Ospreay having a rough road to All In. Mark Davis just challenged Will Ospreay one-on-one next week at Grand Slam Mexico.
Well,
I don't think that's a good idea for Ospreay to take that match. But we all know that he probably is going to.
And and the Death Riders are probably going to be like on watch as well.
Well, how deep are the Death Riders going to watch Will Ospreay now, who truly has gone all in by himself? Have we go down to the ring with Renee Paquette? Are you ready to celebrate with a smile? As we welcome in the brand new AEW Women's World Champion, Willow Nightingale. It's a feel-good segment.
No, she doesn't have her backpack.
Oh, come on. You got to showcase the title in all its glory, Ash, tonight. Come on now. She's not
She can at least wear the backpack on her back with the title.
Yeah, we want that title brought forward here. All the smile, all the fireworks. Willow Nightingale, this is her night, her moment, long overdue, absolutely earned and deserved. And of course, we saw in Montreal, she was able to tear the legs out from underneath the Toxic Spider to win for the first time ever, in her fourth chance ever, the AEW Women's World Championship, and punch her ticket forward to Wembley Stadium where the CEO awaits in the third singles encounter AEW. Let's celebrate tonight. I love it. Again, and anytime you see Will Nightingale, you can't help but smile. Again, she's the baby face of the Cinema Studios for a reason. And probably the baby face right now of AEW and for most of the wrestling business. A champion that has earned, not just simply given. And you know she's going to do something with it. Let's go down to Renee Paquette now as she speaks with Will Nightingale. Oh. Crowd chanting, you deserve it. Absolutely agree. Look at that sign. That's a cute sign.
Yeah, there's like a lot of signs for Willow here in Detroit.
And also, she's the first Grand Slam Women's Champion AEW. She's held all three. What a moment and what an achievement for someone that recently signed AEW and has been dealing with depression for the better part of a year. Truly a story of victory. All these signs basically right now, young men and women and older alike smiling. Willow Nightingale barely can contain herself.
Right?
I don't blame her. I'm not one to usually smile unless I feel something good for professional wrestling, but this is actually bringing a smile to my face. Don't get used to it. Soak it in, Willow. Again, I wish I was there live tonight.
You and me both.
Oh, well, hello. About to say, if there was a segment you should be on for, the biggest advocate for Willow Nightingale, ladies and gentlemen, American Wrestling, J.J. Williams. As Willow Nightingale takes to the mic. Living her dream. Feel like we're living that dream with her. Very grateful, of course. Been doubters. Well, duh. I mean, again, you're a bubbly, unorthodox powerhouse that always smiles. That's something rare to see achieve in this business. That's one of a kind. Whether it be over enthusiastic, or quirky, or chuppy, or weird. Anyone would look at me and just wouldn't get it or see it.
Yeah, I know that feeling too well, man. I tell you. I feel
I'll say, Ash, how many times do you say you could relate to Willow Nightingale?
A lot more than you can think.
See, and I'm gonna say right here, everything she named, over enthusiastic, quirky, chubby, every single one of those are the reasons why I love her. She is not your stereotypical wrestling woman.
And I love that in this business more than anything.
That's part of why I fell in love with Willow in the first place.
She's currently trying to just keep her makeup in order. In this past year,
The inaugural champion, yeah.
Yeah, half of the first ever inaugurated women's tag team champions, alongside Harley Cameron. Get well soon. And she went on to beat Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship at the start of the year. And then she got hurt. And with the AC apparently, and unknown to the severity of the injury, thankfully not requiring surgery, it took her to a very dark place. But who put her out of that?
Shout out to moms. Shout out to moms.
God bless
Where would we
mothers.
be without them?
The most powerful influence in this world. Give it up for Jill. Let's hear it for Jill.
I have a question to ask. Maybe somebody can help me riddle me this, riddle me that.
Wait till this is done.
Yes, please. You can hear sit
God
here.
damn it! I actually came on camera, Nick. You can wait until I'm gone.
Okay.
Warrior Princess fight. Fought again Casino Gauntlet. And fought a dangerous, toxic champion, Thekla. So you can win that goblet right there! I love this. Oh. They're listening for all of us. This is for all of us. Ooh. His life's been kicking around. Don't you dare give up. Don't do it. Keep fighting, keep pushing through. Because sometimes the comeback is even better than the dream. Someone put that on a shirt. Preach.
AEW should put that on a shirt.
That should be on a freaking quote on everyone's freaking motivation board. Duh. Oh. Well, from one success story to another one that might be in the making, let's not forget the other half to this championship match. Mercedes Moné with that contract in hand and the Owen Hart Foundation tournament belts. It was at Wembley Stadium. Ask JJ. That's his voice being known. It will be Mercedes Moné Willow Nightingale for the third time ever in AEW. And Mercedes Moné goes all in for the second year in a row. The stage that was her undoing might very well be her crowning at what arguably might be her most dangerous, formidable, familiar opponent as Moné seizes the mic.
So this would be their third match in AEW, but their fourth match overall, yeah?
That is correct. Oh, the history.
And Willow is 2-1.
That is correct, JJ. Man, Detroit is booing the CEO out of the building.
As well they should.
Well, I mean, it is Willow Nightingale's moment. And I don't think Detroit cares much for big business people not named Henry Ford. Shout out to that All Elite VIP fan. Didn't come out and ruin your celebrate. Damn, the booze! Whoa! Sign the damn contract for All In. All right, just straight up business. Can't say I don't blame her. Make it official. Will Nightingale laying the contract portfolio across Monet's chest and signing on the dotted line. Whoa! Oh boy. All right, let's keep it professional here. Let's keep it professional. And, well, it is official. It is now signed. Oh boy. And Renee, you might want to try and be in the middle of these two. As Renee calls it official. Oh boy. Thank you, ladies. 32 days later. 32 days, folks. 32 days as Renee leaves the ring. But for 5 minutes, to give you all your attention, right? Well, Nightingale right now talking today. Riddle, of course, stopping the 580-plus day of her as TBS champion, reminding Monet of that. I figured that. I have the one championship that you just can't get. Oh!
Some fighting words.
That's the facts! She had her chance twice last year. You know what I hate most about you, Willow? Uh-oh. What's that? It's not just your stupid smile. But the fact that all these people love and adore you. Because we do, damn it. It's the fact that everyone sees your name written all over my story. When I got her my career stopped, all these people celebrated you. Oh, damn. When I put my way back and I chose AEW, I had to go through you. That's true. When I became the greatest TV championship of all time, guess who the one was that took it all away from me? It was Willow Nightingale. Again, how synonymous is that name in Mercedes Monet's career?
She's getting shut the fuck up chance now.
And not surprised. And now you are holding the one thing I never held, the AEW Women's World title. Do you know what that makes me feel? How does it make you feel? Well, apparently Detroit doesn't care. How does it make you feel? Just tell us already. How you feel. At All In, I would not shut the hell up. At All In, I'm going to finally end your fairy tale. Because without you, it'll be nothing without me. And the only reason people care about you is because you stood across the ring from Mercedes Monet. Let's see. Willow Nightingale, Statlander, Athena, Persephone, Camille, Megan Thane.
I cared about Willow Nightingale before Mercedes Monet even came into the fucking company.
All right, JJ, calm down. Tranquilo, tranquilo.
No, you know how I feel about that effort. Thank you, Safed, for throwing the hashtag in there.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. This is getting really volatile, not just on screen.
She's going to take this smile.
And you're back on. Wait a minute, guys! Divine Dominion! And right now, Willow Nightingale might be outnumbered. We've seen this unique trilogy of power form recently. And right now, Willow Nightingale, chop block by Monet. This is not going to end well. Something told me this was going to happen tonight. And right now, hoisted up in a divine intervention. I think the CEO has invested in the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. And this very well might be a dark opening.
Oh, here's the buds.
All of that, thoughts. The Birds was looking to brawl the night in Detroit. The Brawler Birds, Jamie Hayter and Alex Winter, who are also undefeated here in the AEW Women's Tag Division. Things are reaching a boiling point right now. amongst 6 of the most elite women here in this company. Sarah Monet was looking to make a cheap shot at the expense. Will Nightingale was looking for a cheap way in, as again, her history has been written at the expense of Little Nightingale in defeat or victory. Monet will stop at nothing to finally cement her legacy 32 days from now, but it looks like the Brawling Birds are ready to fight alongside her. Smile or punch to your night's delight. Summon someone for a volatile trios match ahead of All In. Again,
Grand Slam Mexico.
I'm
calling it.
I would love to see it, but coming up next is commercial break. John Monson fans, the Continental Championship against Commander. We got a full commercial break. Fuck television. Well, that was a segment and everything more than I expected. Such a sweet moment for Willow Nightingale, just telling us what inspired her. And God bless mothers, by the way. God bless her mom. And then you see the antithesis of this story, the ultimate villain, Mercedes Monet, going all in for the second time consecutively. Does she bust again? But with Divine Dominion as her investment, that's a scary trinity to see ruling AEW if that happens beyond Wembley Stadium. I'm just saying.
Is it sad that the only reason I'm invested in Mercedes now is because she has Divine Dominion with her?
No.
Because I love me some Megan Bain.
Damn right.
God knows I love me some Megan Bain.
We all do. All hell.
I like me some Lena Cross, especially since I met her.
The Colossal.
I want those jerseys, especially the white and red one that Megan was wearing.
Of course you did.
Well, the number on the back of hers was 77, which is closest to my number. I always have 76 because that's the year I was born.
Okay, fair enough.
So the fact that she has 77, which as close as you're going to get on a pre-made jersey. But in all fairness, before I dip, we were kind of dickish earlier, silencing Nick. Go ahead, Nick, with your question before I dip back to the producer studio.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, that being said, Nick will once again reprocess his brain, and we will see what he has to say come later. It'll be another What If at half RPM, but we still appreciate him. We also appreciate you, JJ, as we appreciate all of you. To remind you here, thank you for tuning in to Simple Level Studios. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Follow us at SR Studios 24 to be up with the conversation and everything else that we have in store. And, of course, stay tuned for further watch-alongs, interviews, shenanigans, and stay tuned this weekend when we cover SummerSlam, both Saturday and Sunday, and host a weekend closing shenanigans regarding this weekend's festivities. Stay tuned also for City of Ding, and I have officially decided it will be now, I think Friday. I haven't really made it fully yet, but I'm still thinking right now Friday after SmackDown. But stay tuned, folks, either tomorrow or Friday night for City of Ding SummerSlam. And again, stay tuned for continued coverage of the TNA Knockouts Television Championship Tournament. That will also be part of our watch-along schedule tomorrow night here at the Super Reliable Studios. Well, that being said, Ash, can you figure out more heat that Detroit had recently than that segment? And Karma might literally be a bitch, but that is not a bitch. That is one of the most kindest individuals I've ever seen and gotten the pleasure of knowing, and a mental health advocate. As, of course, I want to remind you, stay tuned for the return of the Conduit of Karma, current Pro Wrestling 70 Women's Champion and current Spark Joshi Pacific Champion, here at the Simple Studios, the Simple Studios interview schedule. Thank you so much to Kyle McKenna offering us, of course, her time as always. As we return back here inside AEW Dynamite for a bittersweet symphony of an ominous warning. Death Riders in the building. Time for John Moxley to defend the Continental Championship against Commander. And based on what we've seen earlier, I can only imagine the mood that John Moxley is in, and that does not spell anything good for his opponents. Just saying. And what Ospreay did really struck a nerve. What Ospreay did really struck a nerve.
I'm gonna stream with my friends right now. Oh, okay. I just have
hello to that sweet lady. And of course, was looking to injure Kenny Omega, give Will Ospreay the ultimate way in at All In to the AEW World Championship. Will Ospreay did not want to do things the Death Riders way, refused to pull that trigger, where again, Moxley ominously told him, you don't have no friends in this business. You want to be the guy, you want to hold the World Championship, you gotta use this. And apparently Ospreay has not used it yet. John Moxley, though, has been using that this entire run as the Continental Champion. For those that don't know, he has now been the Continental Champion since last year, December, where he beat Kazuchika Okada to win the Continental Classic. And of course, in Continental Championship matches, all parties are banned from ringside or they are fired, and the matches have a 20-minute time limit. Successful defenses against Kyle O'Reilly, Konosuke Takeshita, Eliminators Outlast against Josh Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, El Clone, and Mark Davis, just to name a few. And of course, his most recent successful defense was against the most wanted, Bandito. Jon Moxley has truly shown what can come forward out of here his own way in AEW. And of course, thank you again to that capacity crowd in Detroit coming out here to the rafters. And we'll see, of course, what Jon Moxley's road to All In might involve. There might be further things to come, of course, tomorrow night on Collision. We've also seen this unique alliance with the Death Riders and the Dogs as of late against the AEW Tag Team Champions and the Bang Bang Gang. Switchblade Jay White, by the way, folks, is still one of very few men that Jon Moxley has yet to beat in singles action. You don't always have to agree with Jon Moxley, but you gotta respect him. And I respect the fact that Will Ospreay is trying to do things his own way. I think he's always wanted to do that ever since the fallout from the pandemic when he was the Commonwealth Kingpin. I'm saying everybody except his family at this point. And Commander, of course, was also involved in that crazy ladder match at Redemption. We, of course, also saw Commander recently involved at Beantown Beatdown last week on Ring of Honor. The great match, of course, against jaw-dropping athleticism there against Alan Angels, and was able to get the win with, of course, the tightrope walk moonsault. And, of course, as we saw this past Sunday at Redemption, how close Commander was to seizing that contract and the risk that he took in trying to literally neutralize his competition. Commander's one of those when he throws cards to the win, he truly throws himself to the win. There you see the AEW Continental Championship being hoisted up by senior official Paul Turner. The bell rings. We are officially underway for this 20-minute contest. As I said, it goes to the time limit. Then, of course, Jon Moxley has tested himself in a follow-up match against two other men that have to get to the time limit, Ash, under no time limits.
How many defenses has Moxley have on this title this year alone?
Oh, good Lord. It's got to be close to probably 7 at this point with Eliminators, probably double digits. Continental tie-up here. I'll give you that stat here in a moment right now. And another thing about Jon Moxley, the fact that he literally, this title has made him so multifaceted to discipline and test himself in so many styles. Jon Moxley has been the Continental Champion now for 215 days as far as official defenses. This will actually mark his 7th official defense. Eliminator and defenses combined, he is up right now to 13.
So it's like almost, it's like he almost has like a title defense like once or twice a month.
Pretty much at this point. And Moxley is just an intimidating freaking man just to be in the ring with. I mean, just look at the size of him. And the way that he just approaches his opponent, wants his opponent to approach him. How methodical that Jon Moxley can be sometimes, despite the fact people think his head's made out of papier-mâché. Just running through Commander like it was nothing. Jon Moxley, by the way, has been involved in this business now for 22 years. And honestly, it still seems like he has no let-up yet, Ash.
No, not at all. It doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down or hanging up the boots anytime soon.
You know, I do wonder, though, before this whole Death Rider mentality took control over Jon Moxley's career, was he ever thinking about slowing down? Was he ever thinking about time was catching up to him? Because there was a moment where we didn't see Jon Moxley for a little while, and then he came back and suddenly said, this isn't your company anymore, and he wanted to basically rebuild the foundation of AEW in his own violent fantasies, and to a degree, he succeeded. It's definitely leveled a lack of complacency in this place, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Not many people in his mind stepped up, with the exception of arguably Hangman and now Will Ospreay.
Swinging up the top rope, moonsault, and Commander, the sidestep by Jon Moxley. Commander, Cazadora, hook into Jon Moxley's head. Instead, the inside cradle, hook, 2, whoa! Probably was going to go for the DDT there for a moment, but Moxley able to escape. catching Moxley a little bit off guard there. Sidestep. Moxley trying to outpace Commander. Caught a boot, though, instead. Face first, and Commander turn around and deep arm drag. And Moxley back up to his feet. Almost looked like Moxley was unfazed there. You almost wonder if Moxley's feeling a little bit annoyed by what Commander's doing. Oh, well, that answers my question. Never mind. You can be fleet-footed all you want, but all it takes is just one heavy-handed shot. Don't play around with this Death Rider. All it takes is one stiff shot, and Jon Moxley turns the table.
Yeah, puts it down into his to his liking.
I actually just looked up Jon Moxley's eliminators, and he has literally had now 9 eliminators. The Hammer Throw, the Irish Whip, up and around, as you were saying, Ash. Take over to Harris, to Jon Moxley.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jon Moxley trying to put momentum in his favor at the pace to his likeness.
Well, we know that Jon Moxley's no speed demon. Let's just call it what it is.
No.
That might be the one detriment to him.
To be fair, Jon Moxley never was a speed demon anyway, so.
No.
He was not.
The race.
I mean, he's been on Hinge his whole way his entire career, but it never came down to speed.
No.
Commander, though, fleet of feet walking across the ring. Jon Moxley's like, nope.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Yep. And Tobe Suicida by Commander, wiping Jon Moxley on the outside. The AEW Continental Championship hangs in the balance. Can Commander soar higher than this Death Rider? Stay tuned. This match continues live. Restaurant Quiet Plaza on Picture. Fuck television.
So,
go ahead.
If I understand this correctly, we have Collision live tomorrow night.
That is correct. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special live start time and date Thursday night.
From where?
I think it's Detroit. I'm pretty sure they did Detroit back-to-back nights.
Oh. Okay.
Which makes things easy.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
there.
So, I
there
mean,
you
if
go.
they're doing it back-to-back, oops, sorry. They're going back-to-back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They sometimes do that, man. They do that sometimes. It literally is back-to-back, July 29th, July 30th, from the Masonic Temple for AEW.
What you're saying is if they don't debut tonight, they might debut on Collision?
I think they're not even
That
debuting
is
tonight.
correct.
Mm.
Get some
Because
Cooper Fog.
realistically, the only two things that are left are the trios match
and Kenny Omega.
And Kenny Omega, and that's it.
That's right.
So, yeah, I think we're getting them tomorrow night.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I mean, either though, but it's been a fun night of development.
Yeah.
And boy, talk about bringing the heat when it comes to the AEW Women's Division, the Women's World Championship, and the Tag Team Championship scene. Good Lord Almighty. All the power.
Mm-hmm.
To your point,
So-
Jamie Hayter, Alex Windsor, Willow Nightingale, Lena Cross, Megan Bang, get me that team on any freaking day.
Me and JJ always say, you know, this is week to week. This is episodic television.
Yeah, that's your point.
We need week to week storytelling. Tonight, JJ, if you want to answer this, because I know that you're a producer, man, I think, in my opinion, they've done a pretty good job setting the stage for All In and the next week's of television. So I think in the storytelling aspect, in the wanting me to watch next week, I think they've done a good job.
Good on you. That's a good opinion to have.
I can confirm that. I feel like they've done a really good job. This is probably one of the best Fallout Dynamites
Yes.
that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In a
You know,
moment.
they've addressed what happened at the pay-per-view.
Okay.
They're
Yep.
planting the seeds for the next pay-per-view.
Yep.
You know, I'm not going to give up hope for the Machine Guns tonight because what was the final image last week? Kenny and the Bucks.
Okay.
So who's to say that the Machine Guns can't come to face off with the Bucks?
That's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah, wait and see.
You know, I mean, that would be a good way for you don't want to debut them on Collision. I'm sorry. This may sound Debbie Downer-ish, but Collision is the B show.
Well, every company's got their B show. Well, there's only 2 companies with B shows. Anyway.
So if you want to debut somebody like the Machine Guns, you want to do it on the A show. That's this. Even if it's going off the air and you get the little fake outs, do it on this show. Don't do it tomorrow night. Go ahead, Noah. Take over.
Yeah, thank you for that interjection there, JJ. As always, appreciate y'all's opinion. We are back with AEW Dynamite, and speaking of looking at things on the top show, we're looking at John Moxley and Commander duking it out for the AEW Continental title. John Moxley staggered right now as Commander goes down low. Oh, gets to the midsection, though. Commander taken down to one knee. Been a back and forth match for the most part. Inside Cradle again, small package by Commander, again the better the champion. Again, he got 2 count there.
Yeah, this is a pretty good showing for Commander, who we don't really get to see that much.
Well, I mean, usually you see Commander, it's a multi-person match, or he's fighting for a title on Collision, if not Ring of Honor. And again, he's been making the rounds, but it's also the first time we were seeing Commander versus John Moxley. This is actually a first-time ever matchup.
Oh, nice.
Also to the midsection, springing up, double, springboard, miss out, drop kick, taking down John Moxley. Making the most of his minutes, and again, he only had 20 minutes to try and upset the seemingly unstoppable Continental Champion. Surprised me Okada hasn't gone after John Moxley yet. Beach.
You think he would, right?
Yeah, well, I think he's got a different itinerary in mind. Press kick.
There's really only one person that wants to take the title off of John. If it's not before,
crossbody cover, hook of the leg, 2 count. Continue.
There's only one guy, and it's Jay White. So, I mean, if that happens before the Continental Classic, great. But Jay is the only one that should be taking that title off of him.
Well, that depends if Jay White is still trying to make Rock Hard Drews Robinson regain consciousness regarding what happened in that double change match, thinks that shillelagh involvement pass off by Marina Shafir to David Finlay, and whether or not Jay White is still in David Finlay's bane of existence or ready to move on. I don't think nothing had closure on Sunday night with those 2 factions, let alone this unique alliance with the Death Riders. And oh man, what a fucking cutter! Dropping him on his head. Again, don't show off against John Moxley. He doesn't give a shit. You give him a moment and he just drops you. The president of Atlanta says that then got freaking spiked into the mat. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Something tells me John Moxley and Jay White has to come ahead again, especially after what transpired on Sunday night.
Do you think that might... No, it's too early for the All-In. That's too early for All-In. Do you think maybe Full Gear?
I'm about to say, I mean, that was really the undoing of course, the Jay White and John Moxley of volatile nature, as John Moxley seized control of AEW, holding on the AEW World title.
Yeah, I would say either Full Gear or
you gotta consider also that Jay White and John Moxley have not met yet in the ring since Jay White's return. It's been the other Death Riders that have been part of that escapade. John Moxley has not been part of that at all. The Commander right now driven John Moxley across the top rope, and what the hell? Oh! Guillotine, a leg drop on a draping John Moxley across the top rope. Spilling to the floor. I think he hit his head on the apron on the way down, so it might have been a possible double collision. Side stab it on his chin. This is awesome. John Moxley into the barricade, and Commander right now trying to turn the match in his favor here. I'm not sure what Commander's thinking here. Probably nothing wise. Springing up and around again. 450 splash! Sits in the cover too. No! Somehow John Moxley able to kick out there with all of Commander's weight on his chest. Impressive stuff, though, by the challenger here. And John Moxley right now trying to gather his bearings in the corner. You think about, of course, Commander having his big breakthrough moment over 1 year ago. Of course, seizing the Ring of Honor World Championship. Whoop! Swinging and miss. Caught with a fresh kick. Commander didn't miss that time, though, as John Moxley was looking to run in, probably with that King Kong Bundy lariat. And I don't know this is why, as the Commander tried this before, walking all the way from the west to the east, master of the ropes. And, of course, I want to get your phones out here to witness this as he makes his way with a salute. Going for broke and hitting the mark. I don't know how Commander does that. It's almost like as he walks the ropes, he starts running it. And is that just a sense of his own momentum increasing, or the fear that he may misstep?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's his own unique way of creating momentum for him.
I'm about to say, for the most dangerous of heights and feats. And once again, walking the ropes. Oh, went for that running moonsault and missed. And Moxley stopped in the canvas. Goes Commander face first, double underhook. Death Rider! Double underhook DDT. Rear-naked Bulldog choke applied afterwards. No choice but to tap out. Go to sleep. Jon Moxley retains just like that. Again, when it comes to Jon Moxley, dude doesn't play around. Damn. And I feel like that was some extra visceral behind it. Extra fuel to the fire, fueled by Will Ospreay's actions earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Still AEW Continental Champion. As we go backstage, of course, right now. If I was saying who's going to stop this Death Rider, I would love to know who. We're with Mick Foley backstage with the Bang Bang Gang. Well, at least we know Juice Robinson still has his consciousness. Subdue atmosphere for the gang. Jay White's not even here. He's talking about they got big problems. Screwed by the dogs? Screwed by the Death Riders? Jay White isn't even here. You can dig that deep. If you got the statistical fortitude to finish what we started. Tomorrow night Collision, you know where to find us. Juice Robinson with a call out in Detroit, Michigan. Cheap Pop, Foley. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Go through this. Guns up. I think Mick Foley said bang, bang. Well, coming up next, we'll Cheers Towers are on the line against the man after this commercial break. Fuck television. Well, again, commanding effort by Commander, but again, way too much fight. Not enough fight, and Jon Moxley made him pay for it. Simple as that. I mean, what else is there to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, jeez. That was fun. All right,
Does Jon Moxley have the most title defenses out of everyone who's held that Continental title?
Proverbially, you may be right. I mean, we did talk about this guy literally works 24/7, 365 all the time. He's there every Collision. He's there every Dynamite. He's there backstage, mentoring, training the athletes of All Elite Wrestling, including Sky Blue. Well, she was born hardcore out of the womb, just saying. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been the most successful in defense count with the Continental title at this point, and it doesn't look like he's letting up anytime soon. He might take this fan the Continental Classic this year. And yes, folks, stay tuned. We cover the Continental Classic in full again for the calendar year here at AEW when it kicks up during the Thanksgiving season. Of course, the end of the year tradition for AEW, that round robin tournament, the Continental Classic. Where if Jon Moxley is still holding the title, he will not only defend that championship, he will defend his crown as last year's Continental Classic winner. Stay tuned. Hi, JJ. What's up with you, bruv?
I went and dug up an oldie but a goodie that I wanted to share.
All right, what is it? Oh, yes, that initial contract signing. Oh, gosh. Babe with the power bomb, with the gut-wrench power bomb to Mercedes Moné. And I believe that was their very first contract signing for the TBS Championship.
Yep. Great times to be alive.
Well, history repeats itself. 32 days, we find out at Wembley Stadium, or does the CEO finally take the throne? Stay tuned and so much more at AEW's biggest show of the year in Wembley Stadium. I cannot wait.
That's going to be very hard to call because when you think if AEW goes like the most likely predictable route, they surprise us.
Well, we've also seen AEW already surprise us, considering what happened Sunday, now with the likes of the TBS title. If AEW has shown us anything, not only is predictability not a bad thing, but there's also unpredictability that also isn't a bad thing. That could happen at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more predominant with this company than any other company right now, which is crazy. And again, already we got so many developments tonight. Tension regarding the World Championship. Freaking shots fired verbally and physically across the AEW Women's Division for both the tag and the World Championship. We got Chris Statlander in the mix right now, looking for revenge not only against Sheeta, but against Persephone. And we also, of course, right now have this subtle tension of respect, but obviously legacy cementation with the Young Bucks and Christian Cage and Adam Cole. And now we look forward to Kenny Omega. But before we get there, it is time to once again see the Trios Championship defended as the conglomeration, who's been champion since Dynasty, look to show the demand. They're not in demand and will not become the new AEW Trios Champions. It's time for our main event match tonight on AEW Dynamite. And I gotta give the conglomeration credit. Conglomeration have been fighting AEW World Trios Champions ever since beating the Dogs, taking on all comers, whether or not it was the Outrunners and your favorite boy, Dalton Castle, the Ops, and most recently, the Lethal Twist. Now they find themselves taking on Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan, and of course, Toro Leona. And as I was talking about this past Sunday at Redemption, it was during, of course, the buy-in with a high-low by the former Ring of Honor and NXT Tag Team Champions. And, of course, Roderick Strong's End of Heartache, Kyle Riley's ankle lock, and just tossing Orange Cassidy into the cover as a tradition. That led to the conglomeration still holding the AEW World Trios Championships. And the man was not impressed. And of course, we're talking about the shoddy history, some would say, about the AEW World Trios titles. The conglomeration have been a stable, consistent foundation of these titles ever since Kyle Riley returned to his family and won these at Dynasty, literally in his home province. And Ricochet, of course, former AEW national champion, of course, fallout with Chris Jericho. Whoa. All right, well, Bishop Khan immediately going into the front. It looks like we're not going to exchange any sort of statistic analogy here in the early going. Orange Cassidy throwing himself into Toliona. We've already seen the Gates of Agony try to go after the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions earlier this year. Fallout with the Hurt Syndicate, fallout at Stam Stampede. Ricochet, as I said, losing his national title, not even being pinned. Been a rough year for the demand, I'm just saying. I don't think the bell's even rung yet, by the way, guys, in case y'all are wondering.
I don't think it has, no.
Oh,
this is a title match. Okay, I was like, but ask, is this non-title?
No, it's a title match. Leona on the move, though, incoming! Whoa! Leona crashing shoulder first, and there's still ring steps, and Kyle Riley counting his blessings right now. Conglomeration have been the Trios champions now for 109 days. This actually marks their 7th defense already.
They've already got that many title defenses already? Oh, damn.
Let's fashion up anomalies. Don Callis' family under 2 different entities, the Outrunners, the Lethal Twist, and the Ops. That is correct.
Wow.
Orange Cassidy, he's going mid. No, wait a minute. Orange Cassidy, he's going. No, wait a minute. Orange Cassidy, he's going. No, never mind. They're just going to go from the floor. Freaking Orange Cassidy, and drops the most subtle elbow ever seen across the knee of Roderick Strong. King of Sloth style, Ash, as only you can enjoy. Whoa, Jesus! What a flying start by Ricochet,
Just
shooting himself like a cannonball.
Nowhere.
Yeah, no kidding, and clearing the barricade. Damn. You don't have to appreciate Ricochet when it comes to social media etiquette, but you cannot argue the type of athlete that he is. The reason he was once called the King of the Indies, just saying.
I will say this, Ricochet's toned down his Twitter antics as of late, so.
Oh, good. About time somebody shows some better cyber etiquette.
Right.
Bell Rays are officially underway now as we got referee Jumping Bryce Rensburg trying to dictate this contest. And yes, Ash, as you see by the graphic, this is for the AEW World Trios Championships. And so Leona is just bashing his head on the top turnbuckle. As only he can. Wait. Hands in the pockets. Orange Cassidy engaged. And Toliona. Leona don't have pocket. What? Just hoisting Orange Cassidy up by the pockets. That's the first time I've seen that. Drop kick. Rebound off the ropes. Blinds up Bishop Khan with the drop of the elbow. Miss. Bishop Khan, though, now legal. And Orange Cassidy being pulled up by his jean pants. And drop kick again. How does a man fight with hands in his pockets? Exhibit A Orange Cassidy.
I have no idea, but Orange finds a way to do it and do it effectively, mind you.
He's one of the most effective wrestlers here. Let's forget. Freaking notorious AEW International Champion across 2 incredible runs with that title, might I add. That breaker by the Messiah
Orange
of the
Cassidy
backbreaker
is
over the knee.
best international champion. Changed my mind.
Never going to change that. Kyle Fletcher has a long resume to try and beat that. And again, Roderick Strong, who at one point we weren't sure if he was ever going to join Orange Cassidy's family. The Dogs was looking to recruit him and just saw something in this unique conglomeration that his brother Kyle O'Reilly's in. And it's been nothing but a positive history of winning for Roderick Strong, the conglomeration. Oh, well, that wasn't positive. So Leona wiping out Kyle O'Reilly. And the demand right now, taking demand of this match. Now Bishop Khan hoisting a total Leona and dropping him across Roderick Strong. The man with the upper hand, will they seize the Trios Championship? Still hanging the balance tonight, AEW Dynamite, this commercial break. Fuck television. And Nick's phone blew up. It's also one of those things, though, thinking about the Trios titles. They've also been a center stage at All In Wembley Stadium. Both times they've been over there. Let's think about this, Ash. The first time they were there, the House of Black went in there as champions, and the Acclaim won them. The second time they were there, it was a London ladder match, and the wild card team won, and that was the Death Riders.
Yeah.
Pretty unique history for these titles in Wembley Stadium, I'm just saying. And both times there, they've changed hands.
With the surprise entrance, mind you.
The unexpected, call what it is.
Right.
Conglomeration, by the way, are the 14th Trios champions in these titles' history, following, of course, Jet Speed Mystico, freaking Death Riders, Bullet Club Gold, the Elite House of Black, and, of course, as I said earlier, the Dogs, who had them for literally a cup of coffee before losing them to the conglomeration. And Nick is back here again, so I'm about to say, he's probably like, whatever, on this match, his brain's probably still blowing up. He's probably still trying to gather his spots from earlier, if I had to guess.
No, it's just I had to restart.
Oh, you're all good, man. Well, Nick, what's been your thoughts on the conglomeration as Trios champions so far? What have you thought of their run? It's probably been the most success Roderick Strong's had here in AEW, actually.
Without being myself and being too critical.
Nick, when the Super Reliable Studios were not paid by this place, be yourself. That's why people watch us. You heard that, Internet? Ever heard the word authentic? Sorry.
I am more upset of how Tony has treated this division.
Really? What do you mean?
Yes.
They're a precipice. They're always being showcased, it seems.
Yeah, but I mean, I need. I wish that they built the division really around 2 to 3 real teams. Like, where are the Rascals? Like, why aren't they a predominant?
That's a fair point. I
trio
actually
division?
don't know what the Rascals have been up to as of late. So that's a fair shout. And honestly, I kind of want to see that match now that you mentioned it, because they are a trio. Hello.
And I mean, the Dogs, from the get-go, the Dogs have been absolutely neutered.
Well, they finally got a big win on pay-per-view, and Gabe Kidd right now is winning forward through the G1.
But they should be.
Do your research.
But they should be in the Trios division. They should be a predominant faction in the Trios division.
Doesn't mean Gabe Kidd won't show up after freaking G1 and go after the freaking conglomeration at All In if this is about the demand tonight as this match continues. As I said before, the World Trios Championships have been predominantly staged and defended, and have changed each time they've gone All In Wembley Stadium. God, that break over freaking Ricochet.
And I was about to say the Rascals are featured in Ring of Honor.
Exactly. Where's your problem? Where's the Dark Order? They recently just re-signed. Why is it
Dark Order? Wow, I forgot about that name. That's a huge shout out there. Kyle O'Reilly right now just teeing off here. Combination offense right now. Just taking the legs off from underneath Bishop Khan. I love Kyle
O'Reilly's just being a one-man army right now.
When you expect anything less by a man called the Violent Artist with a background, of course, in rugby and MMA. Oh, Dragon Screw Leg, man, that has to suck. Oh, no! Miscommunication, rebound German, Kyle O'Reilly teeing off here, axe, and smash the Ricochet, bald head. Bishop Khan gets in the midsection here, and right now Kyle O'Reilly, to your point, Ash, has turned this match completely around, and now to the ankle lock on Bishop Khan. That was a smooth transition right there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Rascals, the Dogs as a trio should have been mainstay. These guys, both teams here, Conglomeration and the Demand.
Headbutts.
Dark Order.
You're trying to name every trios here in AEW. We're seeing trios offense here with the shooting star press, the headbutt, the elbow, and a kick out of 2.5 by Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I just wish they took him a little bit more seriously. Anyways.
I mean, again, at least it's given opportunity, and the Conglomeration have been consistently defending them. And speaking of consistency, the wrestling action will continue to be consistent in AEW when we go down to Mexico for Grand Slam. And look what got made official. Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds take on Mercedes and Divine Dominion in a trios match next week, Wednesday. So does no outside interference occur between Will Ospreay and Mark Davis. Mark Davis looking to take a piece out of the bruv, considering he has no gold and right now no way going all in. And, of course, we also know that Kyle Fletcher will defend the AEW International Championship against Feel My Belly. A red-hot night of action next week, Wednesday night from Mexico, as AEW brings us a Grand Slam. Muy bueno. This Grand Slam is really shaping up to be something special. Big pop-up show today by Ricochet and Orange Cassidy. No 12-man random showcase tag team matches. Just some serious matches with all-in implications. I love it. Orange Cassidy right now not loving where he's right now at, grabbing the top turnbuckle. And the claw just squeezing the bald head of Ricochet and shoving him off. That's only Orange Cassidy can. Bishop Khan now going up to the second rope, hooking up Orange Cassidy, front face lock. Strong though. Oh! High kick connecting the top of Bishop Khan. I have no idea who's legal right now, by the way. Strong now. What the hell is Roderick Strong thinking here? Avalanche Tiger Driver, possibly? And Bishop Khan right now, of course, gradually out of the Ring of Honor dojo. We talked about her earlier. We're going to Strong for a superplex. Oh, went for the elbow, dropped it totally on. I got out of the way, though, to Roderick Strong. Orange Cassidy the top rope now. Look for the implant. DDT! And Ricochet flies in with the splash cover. 2, and Roderick Strong breaks it up with a flying knee drop. Damn! Woo! Action just keeps on firing on all cylinders here tonight. How fitting as we're in the Motor City.
Right.
I did not mean for that intentionally. And we still got Kenny Omega here tonight. And tag made of Bishop Khan and Kyle O'Reilly. This is like Ring of Honor alumni right now. Knife edge chop here. And high kick. And right now just inviting the offense in. Round kick to the chest. Knife edge chop. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly trying to double team Bishop Khan. One half of the Gates of Agony. Bishop Khan fighting off the world, and he's also sacrificed himself to Ricochet multiple times over. Now taken down to his knees, being teed up against Kyle O'Reilly. Bucks the arm, though. Pump kick. Look at this. Bishop Khan trying to take down, 2/3 of the Trios champions, and Roderick Strong on the move. High-low! Total elimination! Cover to Ricochet with the save of the last possible second. I'll say Trios Championships, though so many moving parts, it's impressive how well they've been able, to retain these titles. Mia the Mind and totally on the move, wins through the banner. Double shoulder block, wiping out Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, just breaking through both men. And Orange Cassidy caught by Tola. This time, though, the power of this freaking Samoan is crazy. Orange Cassidy, though, whoop. Oh, what the hell? Did he just orange punch the top of his head?
Yes, he did.
And apparently that's the hardest part of the head, I guess.
Mm-hmm, especially for a Samoan.
That's all the owner, though. Look for the Stunnometer! When are people going to learn? Axe and smash and jump in knee combination. Until the owner isolated with the Trios Champions. Orange punch connects! Olympic slam by Roderick Strong. Wait a second. Lethal twist! The Blake Christian and what the hell? He just springed in and just clocked Orange Cassidy with a championship.
It looks like we might have new champions. Oh,
And
shit.
again, Ricochet's lethal spirit gun connects. Are you fucking kidding me? We got no trio champions.
Hold on.
What? What the hell? I know that the Lethal Twins and Ricochet have been working aligned with each other recently. There's a reason why Ricochet had the Lethal Twins go after
The guns?
titles first.
Is this where you debut the Motor City Machine Guns?
We can quit bringing that up for right now, all right? It's not a big what if that people are thinking about, especially with this situation. The man just won the Trios Champions for the Conglomeration, thanks to Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, and Lee Johnson. Uh-oh. Now it's a 6-on-3 assault.
Because, I mean...
I'm about to say, even if it was, they've only got 2 men right now. There's still a 3-person deficit.
Right.
Imagine these 6 men working together right now.
Oh, okay. I think we're gonna get somebody else.
I'm about to say Ricochet hoisting up the title here. About to say though, hard-fought match though for the demand to win these titles. I wish it was under a better circumstance here. And again, 3-on-6 right now. And Brody King now coming into the fray, but again, it's still 1 man against a swarm of other men here. Of course, Brody King, mutual respect, of course, for the conglomeration.
Oh, shit, Hangman.
Oh, well, he's a former Trios champion of his own right. Remember, he came back to the world title.
For the inaugural Trios champion?
Well,
no, that's Skinny the Bucks. Yeah.
He initially challenged, remember, alongside the Dark Order. Remember the last time we saw him in that page, he arrived on Collision and said, I don't know what a Heyman without going after the World Championship looks like, but I know that you and I will all be looking forward to that ride. That's a barbed wire steel chair, by the way. And James just realized that. Idiot. Oh! Got a handful of barbed wire. Nice job, dumbass. Big cowboy boot, and it looks like the Heyman big elbow strike by Brody King. Been a long time since I got to call my favorite slingshot lariat in the business. Is it high noon? Cowboy loaded. Shot lariat. Bang. Just wipes out the former franchise of Ring of Honor. Well, either way, damage done. Demand now on high demand. Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toliano are the new AEW World Trios Champions. I did not expect that tonight.
Right.
More developments continuing forward here as we are 32 days away from All in London, Wembley Stadium. And Heyman and Page right now standing alongside Brody King and the conglomeration. Still to come tonight, we're going to hear from AEW World Champion Kenny Omega after Jay Lethal figures out that he's in Detroit. Wow. Well, I'm going to say right now, I'm expecting those titles to be defended at All In, and I'm expecting a title change. Just don't know against who or how yet. And speaking of trios matches, the trios matches continue forward as this collision. We have the Brawling Birds and Hazuki taking on Athena, Billy Starks, and Diamante in 6-woman trios action tomorrow night. Why the fuck did I not go to Detroit? And again, that'll be special start time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night on HBO Max and TNT. I am loving this fucking women's division. And we go backstage outside with the Death Riders and the successful AEW Continental Champion Jon Moxley getting a post-match body check by Marina Shafir grinding her elbow into the Death Rider's spine. That's a whole different form of chiropractic. Well, the challenge is freaks. Yeah, Daniel Garcia right now is the worst for Ospreay. If it's big and hard, you left.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, yeah, he's not. So far, no lies detected by Daniel Garcia. Say what you want about the Death Riders, but when they speak, they usually tell the truth. So hard way in, hard way out. Let's not forget, Daniel Garcia was the one that Will Ospreay clocked at the beginning of Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Moxley now. Sick of all this telling the way we do things, the way I do things, the way we do things. Play by the rules. They're unnecessary. We don't give a damn what you think about us. This is what this sport is supposed to be about, the Continental Championship. I agree. It's about going in the ring, laying it all on the line. What you got in your heart, what you got in your mind. Backstage, AEW Buzz in the turn of the Continental Cup. Sending the Continental Champion to the unknown. God knows how many challengers want to take whatever I have. Doesn't matter, we run into the fire. Yeah, that's more than often than right. This is when the Continental Championship run ends in a hell of fire and bullets. And John Moxley's going to die before he loses that title. And, of course, Daniel Garcia calling out the bruv. Well, now we'll see if he can back up his words. Tomorrow night, Will Ospreay in singles action against Daniel Garcia. That's going to be good. Again, Dynamite, again, collision tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To go inside the ring of Toro Giovanni, it is time for our main event segment with the AEW World Champion. Oh, boy. As, of course, Kenny Omega is still the AEW World Champion after successful defense against Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is still the champion.
This is going to be interesting. And, of course, we now know at Wembley Stadium, one-on-one, all in, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. And now let's bring out the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega! Oh, boy. I can only imagine what is on the cleaner's mind right now. This past Sunday night in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Ash, we saw Kenny Omega was able to ground the Jet and pull the trigger first against Will Ospreay post-match. The drive of Kenny Omega to prove that he is truly what we deem him as, the best bout machine, the god of professional wrestling, the champion of AEW, is such a drug for this man on the second leash in life that he will do anything, I feel like, to hold on to this title as long as he deems fit.
Right, especially because we don't know how much time Omega has left.
And the fact of the matter, this is also a first-time ever occasion. Kenny Omega has not main evented a stadium-level show for the world title, let alone walked in as champion since he was part of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Wow, that's quite the gap.
And Kenny Omega and Ospreay know very well what hangs in the balance. Sportsmanship be damned. And the best pro wrestler win. I can only imagine what Kenny Omega has to say regarding the recent months of action by Will Ospreay. How much does respect truly speak before the bell rings? Kind of saw a little bit of that post-bell Sunday night. As Kenny takes the mic. And, oh, shit. Yeah, someone told me that Will Ospreay was not going to wait on Kenny Omega to deliver words tonight after what happened Sunday. Again, Will Ospreay said, game on. Well, game on in the Motor City. No Death Riders, no outsiders, no Don Callis, just two men, one title, one match, one goal. Ospreay is locked in. If you wonder, is he going to pull a trigger tonight? Omega saying this is great. This is great, I'll tell you why. What I'm about to say, unfortunately, doesn't need to be heard by any of you people. What? It's true. Something personal. And something I want to say just to you, Will. Uh-oh.
And something that I wanted to say just to
you. Might as well make it for the butt. To the fans, here called Show and Tell.
We used to do this thing in kindergarten called Show and Tell.
At Redemption, I showed you how I felt.
You see, at Redemption,
I mean, yeah.
I showed you
Showed you by giving a blooming angel in the middle of the ring. how I felt.
I showed you by giving you a one-winged angel.
If the people in the moment misunderstood that moment, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter if the fans in that moment
Oh boy.
misunderstood because I thought that it was good. But now that
Maybe we can move on now to the tell part. Okay, so he did show, but what will he tell?
now to the tell part.
All right. Well, I care about you. You mean the world to me, and I want the world for you.
You mean the world to me, and I want the world.
Remember we made that promise together?
Do you remember, Will?
The one becomes best, the one become champions.
The one to try our best.
Well.
Champions.
10 out of 10.
Right?
I always put our friendship before the belt. Wow.
100% of the time. I always put our friendship.
Yeah, that's fair. Friendship only goes so far in this business. When it comes to being the best. I put our friend before the belt 100% of the time. And do you know why, Will?
100% of the time. And don't you get why, Will?
That's the whole reason why I let you enter the Owen Harkup on your own.
That's the whole reason why I let you enter the Owen Harkup on your own, Will. It brought me joy to see you have success. Don't you get that?
Kenny Omega?
But then how did you repay me, Will? How did you repay me for the solid that I gave to you? With your voice raised in disappointment.
Yeah, he did tell Kenny Omega that. It really sucks you get on yourself in a voice of disappointment.
It sucks that you gave up on yourself.
You have no idea how deep those words cut to me, Will.
You have no idea how deep those cut to me, Will.
Let me ask you, the look that gave up?
Let me ask you that.
I would say that he did not give up. He succeeded.
I gave up.
And exceeded.
Does this take a good look, Will? Does this look like
the drive of Kenny Omega, unmatched in this business. The fans recognize it. Ooh.
You weren't one now to talk down to me, you weren't one then, you never will be, Will.
Playing wines up Death Riders and John Moxley. Just other than the hard lesson yourself. What's your excuse now, Will? Well, maybe we'll finally get Will Ospreay's work. It sounds like Kenny Omega is downing Will Ospreay for all the excuses he may have for what he's done the last few months. What's your excuse? I came back too early for my neck surgery because all I was thinking about was revenge. Knew it!
For my neck surgery, because all I was thinking about was revenge.
And when he thought he had revenge, it slipped through his fingers. Back to Dynasty.
When I finally thought I had my revenge, I let it slip through my fingers.
Lost that match, lost every bit of confidence alongside with it.
That match. I lost every bit of confidence that went alongside with it. See, I feel like I should have changed you guys.
People, of course, wanting to be the Billy Cope, be the Aerial Assassin. It was a damn good show tonight.
But my body crapped out on me, and I couldn't deliver it to him.
In the moment, he had no friends to could turn to.
In that moment, I had no friends.
Couldn't even turn to his own hero. Wait, what?
No Kyle, no Davis, no Callum. I couldn't even turn to my own hero.
Who was there to save me? It took away my own life.
Who was there? Who saved
Yeah,
me?
John Moxley gave him a new leash on life.
I took away my own life. The guy that I had so much hatred for.
Yeah.
He gave me new life. He gave me an opportunity. You see, I stood at that moment. I saw that. And I didn't look at the guy
So he looked at John Moxley, the 4-time world champion, versus the man that broke his neck. He looked at him as the catapult to where he wanted to be. How blind a man can be. And honestly, I liked being a Death Rider. Whoa! Like the camaraderie. Love the training. They feel like the old virgin. You mean the Carmel Kingpin? I had killers watching my back. But I understood as I got more to know about the superintendent of this place. That's where it ends. But he doesn't share the same philosophy as them. And he doesn't need John Moxley's way to become a AEW World Champion. Nobody can become champion as he knows is being the best. Respect. When I saw you there, face down in the ring, chair right around your neck, the same thing that they did to me. And when he saw him go on that chair, he couldn't see him go the same way. Oh boy.
Ah, is that what it is? Well, is that what it is? Let me take you back to that night because
now we're reflecting on Sunday and Kenny Omega's words.
So
I can make your dream come true. Oh boy. There I was getting stumped on for minutes, and the minutes felt like hours. And he felt that chair. He even had the energy to take it off himself. All Kenny could do was close eyes and accept his fate. And that's when he heard it. That's when I heard the cheers. And you could feel the energy. Somehow, Kenny Omega knew that Will was there to save him.
Somehow I knew that you would come to save me. And then when the minutes passed by, I felt like an eternity. I took the chair off myself.
When Kenny turned around, made him understand Ospreay more than ever. Oh boy. Whoa! Whoa!
It's because you thought about doing it yourself, well. And what made it even worse? No, what makes this even worse, Will? Like you were expecting. Thank you. I thank you for what?
Oh! Damn! Kenny Omega accused Will Ospreay of setting up that trap himself. Screaming, I thought you were my friend. Friendship just went out the fucking window, I think.
I thought you were my friend.
I was your friend. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. What is Kenny Omega Will Ospreay now? Is this all equated to a challenger for the title? The man that gives you your own belt? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. 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 Crumble in the biggest one. That's why you're not holding it. Jesus.
Let's be real. There's a reason why New Japan never gave him the IWGP Heavyweight Championship after that 1 week he lost.
Oh, that jaw jagger was 100% rapid. Will Ospreay about to take the shot. Whoa! got down at him. No matter how much I love and respect you, put your hands around, kick the shit out of you, bruv. Whoa. Warning shots fired. And this is why this is the most important match for me right now in the month of August. Since they when I threw them and you wasn't here. In the UK, all of the United States. I always get to remind them all this is where the best wrestle. I'm really buying into that right now with this. Never earned my spot to challenge for that championship. I have given my neck to challenge for that championship. Yes, you have. And stand for me is the biggest mountain to climb. The mountain I've been waiting to climb for 10 years. The ace wants the bull. I want the bull. Okay. A little bit of an England analogy. It's my turn to kick the ball. A little football reference for y'all.
It's my turn to kick the ball.
The entire country depends on me to bring it home. And he pulled the trigger. You're damn right I can pull the trigger. Not gonna do it from behind. I'm not gonna do it like Moxley does it. The best versus the best, no excuses. Yes. Pull up when it matters the most. Do it when the child's line. And when I pull that trigger, you're gonna see it coming. Get me to motherfucking Wembley. 32 days. The best of the best in this business. One-on-one. Friendship be damn. Idol, love, mutual respect goes out the fucking window when the bell rings. AEW World Championship. All in London, Wembley Stadium. For a country. For a 10-year climb to the summit. It's all on the line. In Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. For the richest prize in all elite wrestling. What a fucking night tonight. And again, the ads continue to unfold and the tensions continue to mount when we go down to Mexico next week for AEW Grand Slam. Wednesday night Dynamite. TBS. Tomorrow night, again, special start time and night. Collision, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ospreay and Derek Garcia. Trios Action the Women's Division. This is where the bats wrestle. We are going fucking all in. I cannot fucking wait to get there. But for now, I'm going to bid y'all fine adieu. For Ash, for Nick, for JD, I'm the Seminole Foster. Thank you for tuning in AEW Dynamite. We will see you next time here in the Seminole Studios, where I want to remind you to make a positive impact in life. Have a good fucking night. That's wrestling. That's storytelling. That's passion. That's a world title match waiting to be happening right. And I cannot fucking wait for it. And I cannot wait for the next time I see you here on screen to cover another edition of AEW Dynamite. Cut the fucking feed.